Avast and ahoy once again to ye meaties! I be your notoriously verbose and loquacious DM, Josh the Pirate, and it brings me more satisfaction than Kanye West gets when he looks in the mirror to welcome me back to Corsair's Cove, and our second season in my Humblewood world of monsters and magic. Above me, I have my hearty crew, the Machiavellian Karen Schlink, the magnanimous Nikolai Kravchenko, the magical Daria surname redacted, and our special guest for tonight, the magnificent Matt Randall. So, let's talk about these people, shall we? Nikolai, we haven't seen you in a while.
Hey.
Who the heck are you?
It's been a while. I'm good. There's not much to say. My name's Nikolai. I play D&D online occasionally.
This is true. He does do that. Alrighty, Daria, who the heck are you?
Oh no, I did not prepare my brilliant speech. Shit. Well, my name is Daria. I also play D&D. I play it here, and I play on the Eldritch Scribe campaign. Twitch channel, that's what it is. And that's on Monday. And also, I am an artist. You can find my art here or elsewhere. Just, go nuts.
There.
That's it.
It's on the screen right now, directly underneath Daria. And that is Wheatbelt's art there, because we have fan art, because we're very special and important. Karen, who the heck are you?
Hello, I'm Karen. I am a writer, a performer. I also play D&D online. You can follow me on Twitter as Mother of Bunnies. You can follow me Instagram as my saucy Bella alter ego, Miss Lola Moore. You can hear my dulcet tones in the D&D podcast, There Be Dragons, new ep dropping very soon. I do a bad Spanish accent for one of the NPCs in it, so you have that to look forward to.
Excellent. And Matt, who the absolute heck are you?
Well, as you've given away, my name's Matt. I'm an actor, teacher, hobby enthusiast, and occasional D&D player. Happy to be guest appearing tonight.
That one. There you go. I just put the wrong Matt. It's Matt. Matt Randall is our Perth-based actor, director, and teacher, and long-time orc lover. Yes. Pity he doesn't do him any good in his Warhammer games. And Madame and Monsieur, Dame und Herren and beings of indeterminate gender and persuasion, I be Josh the Pirate. You can find me here on my channel, Corsair's Cove. But you've done that. Well done. Keep doing it. There are too many Matts. There's also way too many Joshes, Spina. I am one of 5 Joshes I know who DM online. Yes, you can find me here. Good job. Keep doing that. On Monday nights, Karen and I do Mano a Mano, which is dead fun. 1v1 D&D, which is, really exciting and fun. I am butchering a Southern American Bell accent in that at the moment, and Karen is DMing for the very first time, which is exciting too. Beyond that, you can find me on Jasper's Game Week coming up this year. The Australian edition of Jasper's Game Week is coming, and you can support that there. Super cool. I'm going to be DMing one of the games. I'm also going to be playing in one of the other games DM'd by Robert Hartley, which is rather exciting for me as well as everybody else. You can buy tickets to play in those games as part of the charity. $25 gets you a seat at my table, or at least it does until somebody bids higher. But I don't know, I'm not that famous. Maybe you'll get it for $25, maybe. And you can play it live in the charity stream, which will be all cool. The stream times are Eastern Australian time, but they are, I believe, midday, 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock over a 5-day period, Spina. So 3 hours before for West Australia time. 9 a.m. in the morning. I believe my game is a 9 a.m. game. I'm playing in a midday game with Robert Hartley. So that's going to be really exciting. Beyond that, I'm mostly just here on my own channel, which is super nice. Well, the only other thing that we really need to talk about is Ukraine. Because as I'm well known for saying, shit's getting fucky over there. And it would be groovy if we could do something about it. So we have, getting on the charities a lot, we have the emergency action appeal there. That is a link to the donation there. If you do have some spare pennies in your pocket, it would be groovy if you could consider donating to that as well. Over 8 million Ukrainians are currently fleeing violence and are homeless because of that, and Karen and I know what it's like to be homeless, or even just in danger of it, and it sucks. So I can't imagine what they're going through, and if we can help in even a small way, we should and we can and we will.
Every time you say that, I feel the need to clarify. We weren't homeless. We were just really, really close.
We got pretty close. Yeah, it was nerve-wracking.
My shoulders are up here.
Yes, they have not really come down yet.
No, I've got kind of half a neck. We're working on it.
I must also remind our smooth, uniform, and most likely uncrenellated audience to please like, follow, and subscribe to all the things, you bloody champions. We have all the exclamation mark socials. We don't have the Discord yet, Spina. Stop asking. No, we'll have it soon. We do have a Discord. I just haven't gotten around to making it public. And we have the YouTube, which is up to date. I'm doing some of it right. Tube. There you are. But all the missed episodes you may have missed are there as well. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. Them are Harish. The Maharishi! Oh, good to see you. That one took me a while. The Maharishi, thank you for joining us. Yes, thank you for the follow, you bloody champion, you. Smash that follow button if you care to. Very welcome. You are 210th follower. And Julio, it's worthy to note, because you are Julio and Arfa, actually. In fact, you know what? Because the Maharishi just followed, I'll give it to all of you. We cracked 100... we cracked 200 followers, I think, Monday night. So everybody gets an inspiration point. You all have inspiration.
You are generous. Could you also be so generous as to tell me what uncrenolent means? Because I have no fucking clue.
Crenellated is what the castle battlements. The arrow slits so you can fire between. So the ups and downy bits or the rocky bits at the top of battlements. That's crenellations.
Right. We call them teeth.
Yeah, that would be a good way to call it as well. Crenellated. So basically, I was just smooth, uniform, and uncrenellated.
It's a fancy way to say smooth.
I don't believe it's technically a word, but I made it up and I enjoy it. I was basically like, at this point, I'm being silly with them. Well, mateys, may the edgiest person in your party not turn out to be a sociopath, and all your fireballs be amplified by swamp gas as we head tremulously at first, and then with mounting heat and passion, into the Humblewood.
I just realized I don't have Fireball anymore. I'm not playing that character anymore.
No, Catherine will return, no doubt.
I may cry, guys. I really like having Fireball.
It's a good spell. I really enjoyed you always going... it was like, I didn't ask how big the room was. So, we are back in Saltar's Point. We rejoin Arfa and Julio and the crew back in Saltar's Point just after they have defeated Skops, the Beast Breaker, and his pirate crew, and freed a baby wakeworm. Kesh and Eric are just about to head off to a wedding up in Brackenmill. Kesh, what would you say to Arfa and Julio before you bugger off?
Well, Arfa, try and think before you do stuff.
No promises.
I know, but I'm just asking you to try, okay? I know there's a lot of fun things around here, but try not to blow anything up. Unless they really deserve it.
Okay, good amendment. Yeah, I can follow that rule set vaguely. Yeah.
Don't think it as a rule, Arthur. Think of it as a
More
guideline.
like a guideline.
Yeah, it's a guideline.
Excellent. Yeah, less
think before explosions.
Very good. Karen, you didn't have inspiration because you'd already spent yours, but I'm going to give you it for working in a Pirates reference in less than a minute.
I'm very reliable like that. And then Kesh will turn to Julio and kind of offer to shake his cute little mouse hand.
Aww.
Thanks for your amazing help on our little quest there. You were great.
No problem, thank you. I mean,
And,
I wasn't very impressive, but, everyone has off days.
Oh, if that's your off day, I can't wait to see your on days. Speaking of, if you fancy, joining us, we're kind of sort of a crew, I suppose. You'd be very handy and very welcome. And none of us can cook for shit.
Yeah, that's probably why you want me on, huh? I mean, I was a pirate, then I took a long kind of leave. But now, hanging out with you, I do have a hankering for murder, so maybe. By the way, how long are you going to be away?
Well, it's a wedding.
4 or 5 days.
4 to 5 days, but I've got to be honest with you, I have no idea how extra core from our wedding wise. So I don't know if this is going to be just like, hey, it's a wedding, let's have a party and then you can go, or whether it's going to be more like we're going to have party and then we're going to have another party and then we're going to have a follow-up party and then you can go. So
well, it's
4 to 5
kind of
days.
It's kind of
You
a
can think about it.
destination wedding, so yeah, it's gonna take a while, huh?
Yeah, like you don't have to say yes right away. Obviously, you can think
No,
about it, but you're more than welcome to keep.
I think I will. I kind of, I kind of miss, doing something big and helping a lot of people. Petra's great, and I definitely should say bye to her, but I think you guys do something good, something cool. I want to be a part of that.
Well, thank you. Well, we're trying to do something good and something cool. And if you're
Yeah.
up for helping us with that, we are happy to have you.
Also, Kesh, just a quick aside. Is it too late to to the wedding take Arfa's boomstick with you? Because he still has it, and I don't know what to do.
I heard boomstick.
Don't fire it. Don't fire it. It's fine.
No, did you say that there was another one?
No.
Oh. Okay.
Sadly,
Well, if you
no.
find a boomstick at the wedding, bring it back.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. If there's one hidden in the wedding presents, I'm in there.
What if they need a boomstick for the wedding, Arfa? What about that?
Well, they should have invited me.
This is true.
Damn, I have nothing to say to that. You're very right.
It's very true. They should have. They'll just have to make do with me, huh?
Alrighty. Cool. So Cash and Eric went to the wedding, leaving Arfa and Julio hanging out in Saltar's Point, presumably waiting to see if Javier comes back.
He's very mysterious and staring, so we'll have to wait and see.
Alrighty. Well, Saltar's Point, for those who were not joining us the last time we were here, is a pretty place. White stone cliffs with white stone buildings built into the walls of it, with 3 spires of rocks outlining a deep but sheltered bay. The spires housing some of the city's infrastructure. It's a very no, can't remember, the word's gone. The city is very much in levels. It's very vertical. There you go. There are walkways and landing platforms for birdfolk to zip across between the spires and the different parts of the city. The docks are extremely well traveled. That's sort of the whole point of it. The people who live here are considered to be a bit weird by humble folk standards, because most people in the Humblewood live in trees and are very sort of closely attuned to nature. And whilst definitely the people in Saltar's Point it's a different kind of nature, quite a bit rougher. So they're just thought of as odd but useful. Cash and Herrick headed off to the wedding in Brackenmill. We don't know where Javier is. You guys have picked up... you will have to go back to Alderheart for the fee for defeating the Wakeworm, but Scops had a bounty on his head. And you didn't bring back a head, but you did bring back an arm.
Oops.
Which the captain of the guard would takes as like a, sure, look, he wouldn't have given this up knowingly. So he gives you the 500 gold reward, which, given that Javier had nothing to do with it, you each get 125. So Arfa and Julio, you have 125 gold.
Burning a hole in your pocket.
Probably.
How much does a boomstick cost? Important
Oh,
question.
at least 125 gold. Significantly more, probably.
Alpha
So
100% loads golden coins into his boomstick to use as ammunition.
Wow.
die
I mean, at this point,
fabulously.
you're just going for style points, huh?
Yeah.
You
So,
have to flex on.
first question, how would you be planning to spend the next few days? You've got 4 to 5 days. Julio probably needs to give his notice. Arthur, what do you do with your basically you've got a time off. You're not having to work anymore. No one's asking you to kill anything large or important.
I buy a boat.
Excellent. I am in no way shocked. You can pick up describe said boat. How big a boat? Like, what are we talking about?
It can fit 3 Arthurs lengthways and 1 Arthur widthways. Just.
So
It
about
does have-
15 foot long by 5 wide, sort of thing. Is that right?
It's a
Is that
small.
for a
It's
5-foot goose?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay. That's
5 foot goose.
terrifying.
thick, truly thick.
Yeah,
It's got
it's
1
4 foot
little
wide.
main mast.
Yep.
Very incredibly dingy, but it's really shocking condition. It's probably got a couple of holes,
Oh, yeah.
but the selling point would have been that it came with the free harpoon.
Oh, amazing.
Worth.
This would have set you back a grand total of 25 gold pieces.
It's a bargain.
Yeah, it is. But it's a fixer-upper.
25
Yeah.
gold. Someone died in that boat
That's it.
repeatedly. That's so cheap.
Yeah,
A
you
lot
probably
of
spend the
people
first
have
2
died.
hours washing the blood out.
And then he probably gets like fishing nets to try fish, but brings up just jellyfish, and
Okay.
comes to Julio and is just, do you reckon you can cook something with this?
Can I cook something with it?
Can you eat jellyfish?
Yeah.
You can make a decent soup out of them, I guess.
Cool.
Julio, you have cook's utensils proficiency, right?
Yeah.
I will allow you to make a cooking check.
How do I do
I
that?
believe that's wisdom based, but you have proficiency. So yeah, functionally, if you have proficiency in wisdom, it's a wisdom save. Wisdom check and add your proficiency.
Okay, I don't have proficiency in wisdom, but I'm gonna give it my best shot.
Is anyone else just sitting here? thinking
It's a
about
natural 20.
Oh,
Natural 20
shit.
plus my
Oh, plus-
proficiency, which is
Plus
3.
3, I think. You're level 5.
So 24.
Yeah, you could cook it. You can. All right, this
Jellyfish
is
soup?
up to you. Whatever do you want to make out of
Oh
fish,
boy.
out of jellyfish?
Okay. So actually, Alpha probably brings a lot of them, right?
Probably
so
going
we're
to be
gonna
a
have
bucket
like a
as well. Like these are not solid creatures. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm gonna go like like 3-course meal, like a soup,
Oh,
then
yeah.
like a fried. I don't know how you fry
Deep fried
but-
jellyfish. Yes.
Yes, and
Yeah.
then jelly made of jellyfish.
Excellent.
You know what is that?
Jellyfish jelly. Dead set. I'm going to give you both. Look, who's in chat? Spina, can you roll me a 1d4 in chat? Exclamation mark roll space 4. You guys will both get, for consuming this many temporary hit points that go away when you use them. Because nat 20 and your descriptions were dope. I really enjoyed.
At this point, I'm not a swashbuckler class. I am a chef,
You're a chef.
first and foremost, and
Chef
then I'm a rogue.
who's good at knives. Yeah.
Is there a chef class? Because there should be.
I don't know if Spina is still here, so Matt, would you do me the favor of typing exclamation mark roll space 4 either into chat or just rolling a d4 on the D&D Beyond?
Well, I think I'll just go for D&D and Beyond because I
Yep.
only remember exclamation mark from what you just said. We had
You guys get 2 temporary hit points. You are welcome. Nicely done, Julio. Julio, what would you be doing?
Well, other than cooking jellyfish, I would definitely visit Petra.
Aha, yes. Ahoy, matey!
Can you remind me how she looks and what she does? I
Petra
don't
Petra
know.
is an albatross looking lady. She's a marin raptor with the appearance of an albatross. She has I'm going to say she has a peg leg. It was not originally in the description, but it totally is now. She is an ex-sea captain. She was Julio's captain for a number of years until the ship crashed one time. And then she was like, yeah, I didn't want to be a captain anyway, and turned the wreck into a shop. Now she sells antiquities, rare objects, magic items, and navigation tools. And Julio worked for her as her, like, shop assistant and first mate when it was still a boat. She's really good at making something out of nothing. And, pretty loyal person. The party met Petra when she was driving her ship-shaped carriage pulled by a couple of giant beetles from Alderheart, where she had sold a load of grain. Back to Saltar's point, she was also doing just a tiny bit of smuggling. She's totally okay with not 100% legal activities. She is a gregarious person who she was in the Coast Guard at a point, which is not like it's not just about life saving, it's also a military organization. But she was passed over for the top job, and sort of left in a bit of a huff about it, but has since been like, actually no, he was a better fit for it. And she is a bird folk, but isn't a particularly a lot of bird folk can be a bit like chip on their shoulder about bird folk are better than humble folk, and she was a bit miffed that a humble folk got the job over her, but she has since seen the racism of her ways, and is actually now a very egalitarian person, but it's a newfound egalitarianism sort of thing. A cool and groovy lady.
I'll definitely bring her some of our jelly, like leftovers in a little tray.
You've only been gone a few days, but I have missed your cooking.
Yeah. Bad news. You're gonna miss it for a whole long more. Cause I'm kind of an adventurer now. Huh?
And she gives you this smile, like she is in no way surprised. She was like, Julio, I didn't hook you up with those guys because I thought you'd be coming back.
You know more than me, of course you do. Yeah, but it was fun. It was nice.
Sure it was.
And yeah, and it's a big change, from fighting for scops and then fighting just when we need to. Now I fight when I have something to fight for. That's good.
She takes your tiny mouse hands in hers and looks you dead in the eye, and she says, go and win your soul back, Julio.
I love her.
I'm so proud of you.
Okay. Also, I kind of have a lot of new friends, and I want them to like me. Do you have like a cool eye patch?
Okay. She looks around. She's like, oh yeah. Hold up. And reaches up to, actually, you're more nimble than me. Up there, third shelf.
I'll take it.
He nips up and finds this. It is a purple lacquered box, and it contains a black velvet eye patch.
Ooh, nice. Now I kind of want it for myself, but no, it's a present. Do you have gift wrapping?
She's like, sure. You know where it is.
That is true. Okay, I'm gonna
you worked
gift
here for
wrap
4 years.
Yeah, I'm gonna gift wrap my little gift. I'm gonna hug her, and I'm gonna go find Arfa.
Cool. I was like, because they're like, you already have an eye patch, right? Or have you decided that you're
we're
going to
gonna
wear
have-
an eye?
We're gonna have
Right.
eye patch buddies. Come on.
Okay, right. You're going to half Arthur's dexterity by deliberately blinding him in a way he will totally agree to.
Just poke a little hole in it.
Isn't one of his eyes already blind?
No.
Did I make that up when I was drawing him? The fuck?
I don't know.
Is that?
Julio, yes. Arfa, no.
Did I fuck up your
You
character?
can only see one of his eyes.
Oh, okay. I definitely thought that the other one was like blind. That's
Glassy or
that's why
something. Like, totally, I don't know. Arfa did, like, Nikolai, did you make that description? Was that part of his description?
I don't remember. I don't. No, he's got a scar. I don't think he's blind.
He's got a scar in his beak, but never mind. He is blind now. All right,
He's
yeah.
blind now.
Just poke a bunch of little holes in the eye patch, so it's like one of those like.
Oh
shape.
yeah, decorative. Yeah, but I will go find Arfa and say, hi again. I know I've been away for like 30 minutes, but I have something for you. Here you go.
What is this?
Oh, well, that's what you need to be a pirate, of course.
It's a purple box with a gold ribbon around it.
This looks fancy. My hands have made it dirty already.
Well, open it.
You did it.
Oh, I did.
He immediately puts it on.
Yes.
This is amazing. My depth of perception is even worse, but I look like a pirate.
You do. Yeah, when I lost my eye, I was sad for like 2 minutes, but then as soon as I put on the eye patch, ooh, all the babes come a crawling, that pirate vibe.
Maybe I should get another one.
Oh, but boy, everything
He's
is.
like twice as good, right?
Can you both roll me perception
good
checks,
moderation.
please?
Oh no, we already failed.
Arthur, you are now at disadvantage. This is not going to be a permanent thing, but Julio, you are not at disadvantage because you're used to only having one eye. But Arthur, currently, disadvantage. 15, not bad. Julio beats him by 1. Julio, you notice a small girl watching you shyly. There is this little hedge girl watching. She's wearing imagine Alice in Wonderland, but she's a hedgehog. When
you mean small, is she like a
5?
child?
Yeah, like young.
Oh, let's check how piratey we are. Say "arr" and look at this girl like inquisitively.
Arrgh.
She leaps out of her, she leaps out of her skin, and just holds out this little scrap of parchment.
Arthur immediately takes out his boomstick.
Wait. No. Thank you.
And then she piss bolts. She just goes.
Yeah, I think the eye patch works for the intimidation factor.
Yeah. So
Also works for flirting.
I'm tempted to just say you have
He
disadvantage
winks
on
back.
perception, but advantage on intimidation now.
Hell yeah! Listen, this is magic eye patch.
Yeah, depends on the context. Julio, the piece of paper you now possess says, I believe I have located my cargo, but I need someone to retrieve it for me. I can pay well. Come to my shop now, Madame Sylvestri.
Okay, we will. Bye. I'll close it and
It
say,
doesn't say it's just written.
I know.
It's not a fucking phone.
Listen, let me read.
Hey, Lizelle, good to see you.
Thank you. All right, Arfa, I
Already
think
unraveling.
we just got our first pirate job.
We're so good.
Yeah.
We're so good. We didn't even put up flyers and nothing.
Took like 2 minutes.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah. But on
Julio,
the way.
you may have no idea who Madame Sylvestri is.
Yep. I don't care.
That being said,
I'm
you've lived in
boldly striding.
you've worked in a shop in Saltar's Point for 4 years, canon. So you would know who Madame Sylvestri is, because she is also a shop owner in Saltar's Point. Arthur questioned her recently. This is the Ellerin woman that Arthur was like, okay, so first we could seduce the information out of her, second we could like intimidate her, So you've both met this woman. Julio probably only in passing, but Arfa knows who this person is. You head to Sylvestri's stoof.
On the way, I will ask one thing, Arfa. Since this is our first pirate job, did you come up with a name for the boat?
They asked me to put a name down for the boat,
Right.
and I put my name because I'm the boat.
The break
Well,
bill.
isn't it a little bit, confusing? You and the boat, one entity?
Our captain goes down with his ship. So if the boat dies, I die as well.
Oh,
If I die, the boat will die. I leave that task to you.
to kill you?
To kill the boat.
If you die, I need to kill the boat. Okay, have you notified its siblings and family?
I think they got made into like fishing poles or planks for the docks.
Okay, we'll come back to the backstory of your boat. I am the boat, you are the boat, we are the boat. Let's go.
We are the boat. That's a good mentality to have as a pirate.
We are the boat.
You are...
That way we can never sink.
We are the boat. You go to Sylvestri's stoof.
I'm losing the brain cells as soon as I talk to Arfa.
So, Sylvestri's stoof, which is spelled S-T-U with an umlaut F, and I refuse to not pronounce that, is as welcoming as the first time you saw it, Arthur. The front window is dark and unclean, the door is polished but worn with a sign that reads closed, regardless of which side is flipped out. The interior is much the same, unwelcoming and secretive, its proprietor even more so. Sylvestri is seated at a desk in the back of the shop. She is an Ellerin, a catfolk, with dark grey fur and half-moon glasses. She is nursing a glass of red wine and talking intently with another pair of figures. Polyani, Finian, please describe yourselves and how you comport yourselves.
Any preference for who goes first?
You
Let's
started
have-
speaking, Karen, so I think it's on you.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool. Polyani is a brightly coloured parrot lady who carries herself with a certain rakish air, one could say. Has a veneer of rakish authority. Yeah, that's about it. I suppose.
Karen,
she's
I'm
a parrot.
also-
She's a parrot woman. She's a parrot woman called Polyani. Yes, it was a pun. I still enjoy it.
I would say it's a play on words, because Polyani is an inlet in Russia, where a good portion of the Russian fleet is moored. It's also a really good name for a parrot. I was very proud when I suggested it.
Technically, she's a Marin raptor, but she's a parrot lady.
Yeah.
Should I be embarrassed by not knowing what the fuck are you talking about?
I know. Dario, my father is a merchant naval captain. I know boat stuff.
Cool. I will say yes, of course it is.
Hey, Omi, good to see you. Yes, Polyani. Yes, is that Karen? I am okay with either interpretation of this. Polyani can either be the one that got the. It can either be the same canon Polyani that stole the Orb of Time, or not that one. She does not now possess the Orb of Time, if that is that way. But if you want that to be canon in her life, if not necessarily this world, that is fine by me.
Sure. She's lost the Orb of Time, and she's like, if anyone brings it up, she's super salty about it.
She was forced to give it up, I think. Finian, who the heck are you?
Alright, so Finian, of course, is a hedge. Now, if you look at Finian, he's kind of slightly hunched over, looking around a little bit shiftily, a little bit on edge, shoulders kind of perked up in a slightly defensive posture, drinking a glass of milk, almost glaring around the table at anyone who might question the validity of him doing so in this setting.
Excellent. Sylvestri turns to look at you. The conversation sort of just stops as you guys enter. A bell tinkles back off in the store, And she says, "Ah, there you are. Just the two of you."
Two of us is all you need.
Well, this should suffice. You came here a few days ago inquiring about my cargo. Well, I have, at no small expense, located it. But it requires people who don't mind getting vet, so to go and get it. This is Captain Poliani and her first mate Finian. They are on board, as it were, to go and provide transport, but they feel, and I agree, is that some extra muscle may be required. You never know what you might find out there, particularly these days. You guys can attest to that one, I think. I can pay 50 gold pieces a head, plus any loot you find that is not mine is yours to keep.
50 gold each?
And there should be quite a bit, I'm thinking, because mine was not the only cargo on that ship. Are you keen?
Okay, all right, yeah, but we'll be going as a joint fleet, because I'm recently a captain. Also, I have acquired a aquatic vessel.
Oh. This is probably possibly unnecessary. Captain Poliani here.
No, it won't do. Captain Poliani is the captain, and I'm the first mate. And whilst my appearance might be slightly smaller than yours, sir, I demand that you take my and Captain Poliani's authority seriously.
It's all right, Finian. I just want to. She sounds too much like Kesh now.
She does now, doesn't she?
I'm stuck in Kesh.
That is how she sounds, though. So.
Timber me timbers. All right. What sort of boat would you be bringing to this little escapade, Mr. Brickbill?
Oh, it's about this big.
Right. You might get left behind. You see, our ship be a little bigger and a lot faster than a ship of that size. So unless it's magically empowered, you won't be keeping up.
No shade on the on your fine vessel, I am certain. But perhaps, in this instance, it would be best if you combine your crews, as it were. I believe that is the intention.
No,
yeah.
actually, the smaller the boat, the more maneuverable it is. You wouldn't know, of course, because you don't have the best first mate on your ship.
Exactly. And Julio here.
What did she say to me?
Finian, it's okay. Just take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath.
I demand.
In through the nose. Out through the mouth.
Because I'm a hedge, isn't it?
No, it's not.
I have two favorite moments already.
I love Finian.
Poliani kind of like runs her fingers through like her feather crest. He's like,
No, you carry on. Sorry.
is there a possibility that we could perhaps store your boat on our boat and then launch your boat at such a time it would be opportune to have two boats?
Okay.
This is actually a
I'm
good
fine with
idea.
this, but our boat goes on the front.
So it has to
You've
be
not
on
been a captain very long, have you?
My body is a vessel, therefore I've been a captain my entire life.
And you're still sailing? By God. We need a different crew. I'm sorry, this isn't going to work. We need a different crew.
I am wanting to
Sylvestri,
recover my stuff quickly, please.
Okay. Sylvestri, what exactly were the attributes of these potential crewmates that you thought would be particularly beneficial for this here adventure.
This one is large and strong, as the other one is a capable seaman.
I mean, the big one we could use as a cannonball, but,
That's human.
We killed the pirate dreadlord Scops.
This is true. They did actually, the Vakeworm situation, they solved it. The Vakeworm that sank the ship you're going to retrieve the cargo of. Hey, Serum, good to see you.
did they sink it with their ship?
Nine. I believe they actually convinced it to fuck off.
And also, my ex-girlfriend is the greatest pirate ever, so I have a lot of experience.
Ah, that's decided then. We should hire her ex-girlfriend.
She doesn't take my calls anymore. I don't think you can.
Hey, Bully. Okay. Sylvestri looks...
Sylvestri.
Yeah.
So what I'm getting from this is that Mr. Breakbill would like to put his boat
Captain
on
Breakbill.
the foredeck of my boat, and then once we've sailed out to retrieve the treasure, we can launch it, complete the mission, and then put it back on my boat, I suppose.
Double boat, double speed, you know?
Okay.
They're going
First
to
rule
die.
of sailing.
Could you care to explain to me, Captain Breakbill, what on earth is that? And Pollyanna is pointing at the boomstick.
This
secret weapon. Yeah.
This is a boomstick. It is a very, very useful persuasion tool.
I see. One assumes that if you pointed at things, they go boom.
Exactly so. Yes.
And Pollyanna looks at Finian with I wouldn't mind one of those.
You know what's really
Do you love
funny?
boomstick?
There is not anyone in this room who can reload it.
Oh no. And also, currently, it is loaded with golden coins.
Gold coins. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It sounds to me like the best course of action would be to hire Julio's ex-girlfriend and the boomstick.
Unfortunately, I think the boomstick comes with Captain Breakbill. But it seems that we are agreed. It's not a particularly long journey, so if First Mate Finian and Pollyanna can tolerate the presence of the good ship Breakbill for a couple of days, then you can achieve your goals, bring me back my stoof, and be on your merry. Yes?
I just would like to clarify. When we are saying the good ship Breakbill, are we referring to
Yes.
Captain Breakbill or
Yes.
the boat which you're about to put on my boat?
Yes.
Yeah.
Could we possibly come up with a system to distinguish between the two before
There is no
No.
distinguishment.
We are the ship.
We are one.
Pollyanna's like, wow.
That's
I
what
just,
it takes to be a great captain.
okay, Captain Breakbill, the living goose one. I just need to clarify, and I'm sure Finian here will agree, that in order to maintain some semblance of order on this mission, while your boat and your person are on my boat, I'm the captain.
And I'm the first mate, and I will have my authority respected.
And then once your boat is no longer on my boat, you are the captain of your boat. But while you're on my boat, you are a respected and valued member of my pirate crew.
Okay, one amendment,
Okay.
with the exception that if we are on my boat, I am the captain, and Julio is first mate.
Only as long as while we're in your boat, it is not also on my boat.
Hold on,
Well,
that's a
well,
little too much.
I feel that's, a boat is a boat. It doesn't really matter where it is in a space sort of situation.
Boats go on water.
Yes, well, I mean, if
So if your boat is in the water, then you're the captain.
we
I'm
could get
going to
some
move
bucket-
this along, because this could go all night.
This conversation.
I am
could go
familiar.
on.
I am familiar with Arfa. They're all good points, all valid points. Let's move the fucker along. All right.
I feel like that could have been the session, frankly.
Yeah, we're just
I'm like,
discussing.
Matt
where
never
the-
signed on
You're
for a
very right.
two-shot, so...
But to clarify, Captain Breakbill, you always remain the captain of your person. That is, in fact, its own ship.
Of course. Yes.
The shipping ships.
Exactly. That.
Well done,
Excellent.
Serum.
That's all agreed.
That was very irritating. Alrighty, well...
We should depart before this conversation gets any more ridiculous.
Yes.
I haven't finished my milk.
Well, Sylvestri does say, here is the, she provides, Polyani, and after a while, after like a second, she also gives Arfa a copy of the coordinates, of the wreck of the Madame du Buffon, which is the ship that was sunk. She says, retrieving mine possessions should be relatively easy. You should be aware that that area, as I'm sure you know, Captain Breakbill, Captain Polyani, is rocky shoals and reefs, quite a difficult navigation. So actually, having a smaller vessel might be useful.
Well, having it on board will give us options.
Exactly.
I'm a parrot who likes options.
And Mr. Finian possesses a few drafts of water-breathing potion. So this should be more than sufficient for the task for the four of you. My chest, my stuff is entirely encased in a large chest of lacquered black wood with iron edgings. Should be fairly easy to spot. Most likely in the hold, although if the ship has been too badly damaged by the vakeworm, which it was the last time I saw it, it could be scattered over a wide area.
Very well.
Yeah.
Do you have a list of the contents of the chest in case the chest itself has been, in fact, destroyed and scattered?
That should not be necessary. The chest is functionally unbreakable. If you find the chest to have broken, I will pay you the full amount regardless.
Can I inside her on that? What does she mean by the chest is unbreakable? And no, I'm not giving you the contents.
Very well. You can insight that. What are you trying to determine by this insight check? Like how shady she's being?
Yeah, how super fucking shady is she? Like,
You got,
I know
make me an
smugglers.
insight check. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go. Insight. Actually, I don't know smugglers. Nope.
She rolled a 5, but yeah, you
Nope.
turns out you don't know smugglers. Hi, Rutgar, by the way, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Yes, Julio, she's clearly being shady, but you don't think there's anything more to it than that. She's definitely not wanting to. Yeah, she clearly doesn't want to tell you what's in her chest. She is also clearly pretty confident that the chest cannot be broken. But she actually, Josh will tell you for free, she wasn't in any way trying to deceive you. She doesn't want to tell you what's in her special chest, that she's paying you quite, like, a small fortune to go and retrieve. But that's not, in and of itself, surprising. You can infer that the chest has probably had some sort of magical ward put on it, so that it really can't, like, breaking it or breaking into it would be quite difficult. If this person is of no small means, 200 gold pieces just for 4 people to go out and get a chest, that she theoretically could acquire herself, but she doesn't want to get wet. Like, she's spending 400 gold pieces because she doesn't want to get wet.
Look, I respect that sort of hustle.
Yeah.
Polyani will just kind of eyeball her and be like, just for my own peace of mind, this chest isn't any danger to me or my crew, is it?
No.
Good. Excellent.
I mean, insofar as I can give you any assurance of that, no. It wasn't any well, I mean, admittedly, the last ship that it was on sank, but that was a wakeworm that was marauding around and sank a lot of other ships.
Yeah, but can't
So
really
my-
blame the chest for that one.
To my knowledge, and it's pretty extensive on the subject of that chest, no.
Okay.
I can't speak for the rest of the contents of the ship, however.
Look, well, that's half the fun, isn't it, Finian? The allure of the unknown.
I'm so tired of bringing our crew back from the dead.
And she'll like pat him on a spot that's not spiky and be like, but you're so good at it.
I'm gonna need another milk.
Polyani, you are Polyani and Finian would both be aware that resurrection of the dead is deeply illegal in the Humblewood. So I don't know what you want to do with that information, if anything. But that just reminding Karen and telling Matt.
I meant bringing them back from the brink of death. I wouldn't bring anyone back from the dead. I don't think I've got the skills.
Because we don't do crimes. I'm sorry, I couldn't even say it with a straight face. Excuse me, sorry.
Sylvestri, who none of you have witnessed laugh yet, chuckles.
That's observing.
That would be a good... you are in a good company. She hands Finian a second glass of milk, and we smash cut to you getting on board the Herreshoff's Ramble. It's a neat little sloop, 60 foot from bow to stern, and runs with a crew of 7, including Finian and the captain. Most space is given over to cargo storage, though there are 5 cabins, most of which are shared. There is a guest cabin, which Arfa and Julio are offered if they don't want to sleep on their own ship. I assumed Arfa probably would sleep on his own ship, and I'm using the word very broadly there. The journey to the coordinates Sylvestri has given you will take the best part of a day, and it's currently, I would say, early afternoon.
There may be some indiscreet sniggering amongst Polyani's crew when we're putting the brake bill on the front of the deck, and Polyani's like,
no, we like these people-ish.
It's like, don't start that now.
It is winched on board. Polyani's vessel does possess a jolly boat, but Arthur's would make a serviceable way of getting to and from land, say.
Yeah.
And what else do I need to tell you? Yes. You set off unless any of you have anything you would like to do prior.
Julio, we have some very important business, as you as first mate need to do. I need you to get every single broom you can find.
On the ship.
On the ship, yes. Yeah.
I
And
don't
then
think
you
ships
tie
are
them
done.
together with us.
Okay. I'll do my best, Captain. Why though?
We're going to stick it on the front of our ship so that we're ahead of this ship whenever we're sailing.
Ah. I see. Okay.
It's smart. It's smart.
Well, it is something. I will look for brooms.
It is insane.
Can I try to find brooms on the ship?
Julio, yes, you can make an investigation check for brooms.
And
That's
I will
a
use my
sentence I did not
inspiration.
expect. Oh, excellent.
Yep.
Excellent.
It's going
Look,
in.
you know what? You can have advantage, and you don't have to use your inspiration.
Wow.
You can keep it for something else. The act of using your inspiration gives you inspiration there. And look, 22. The digital randomizer supports this idea. Julio, it does also. Hey, Nextraconis, it does also occur to you that these brooms belong to the other ship. So whilst you are strapping them to your ship, they are more technically sort of, and you probably find 5 or 6 because you need something to swab the decks with. But yeah, technically, like whether or not they are part of this ship or your ship is a bit of a grey area.
Hey, we're pirates. Grey area is where we live, baby.
It's where you make a living. Yes.
Right.
Alrighty.
As we put them together, I'm gonna say to Arfa, hey, just to make sure that it's our brooms now, we should kind of mark them some way.
We should put our names on every single one.
Well, then people will know for sure that we stole them.
That's smart. That's good. This is why you're the best first mate.
Thanks. I guess we're writing our names on the brooms.
I guess you are.
I noticed this.
I think I'm not even going to make you roll for it. I'm pretty confident. If Polyani doesn't, Finian does. I think Finian has been watching, like, following Julio around. I'm not going to speak for Finian, but I'm guessing that Finian has been watching Julio gather these up, thinking, what are you doing? Like, how you react is up to you.
Finian's kind of there with his inventory, sadly
Checklist.
crossing off fruits. Polly,
Yes, Finian?
we're out of brooms.
Oh, dear God.
Polly, you look up from the steering wheel and see your two newest crewmen busily modifying their vessel with lengths of wood.
Do you
Is
think
it
that
like
has
a-
any practical
What's the English
application?
word for the figurehead? Is it like our figurehead now?
Yeah.
Okay, just to make sure.
Excellent. Yeah, you've already got inspiration. I'm not giving you more. So,
Right. I assume there's some sort of queer logic to this.
Well, it's good that we swept the deck this morning, but we might have to get those back. What if the deck gets dusty?
Finian, I think for the sake of the speed of this plot, we should ignore this and address the issue once the decks have become dirty.
I feel like my need to have a clean deck is not less important than building a bloody figurehead on a boat on a boat.
You have to admit it is kind of amusing though.
Oh, I might have to say, Ben.
I think you might. You might have to save Julio. Arthur is a barbarian. He probably won't need
Yes,
to.
he's probably fine. He's probably fine.
So, I almost hesitate to ask, but is there anything you want to do or say over the next day's worth of travel? I would say that Arfa and Julio are asked to take a watch during the night, not necessarily together, but like just basically be part of the crew that's sailing the ship while everybody else sleeps.
I want to say something that I will do though, to kind of endear our captain and first mate to the rest of the crew and maybe overthrow these two. I will cook for the crew and make it the tastiest stuff they had. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, you do that. You cook. Do you want to roll for it? You want to roll your cook's utensils again?
Sure. let's-
Julio's been smashing it so far today.
Got so many leftover jellyfish.
Yeah. You come on
I'm
board with
gonna-
a ship and a bucket of jellyfish.
I'm gonna roll perception because that's wisdom
Yeah.
plus my proficiency.
No worries.
Hello. Ooh, 19.
19. Look, it's not the finest reheated jellyfish crumble you've ever made, but it's pretty damn good. Polyani, Finian, your crew. I'm going to roll for it. In fact, I'm going to ask Nextraconis to roll for it. Nextraconis, can you roll me... Yeah. Can you roll me a D100? Exclamation mark roll space 100, please, in chat.
Is that for how much they love us now?
Yeah, pretty much. This is an approval rating of 13%.
So small. Oh my god.
You have made you went from they didn't like you at all to now they like you about 13%. Which is pretty big. Pretty big raise. I said that in my head before Nextraconis did it. Love it. No, that's appropriate. No, you're not stealing this crew with one decent meal.
Surely they get a bonus for actually taking all of the crew on deck sweeping duty for the foreseeable future.
There is that. All right. Well, look, I tell you what, Omi, we'll give advantage on it. Omi, you can also roll it. Exclamation mark roll space 100. And Omi brings the big guns. Here it comes. Bracing myself for this. Come on, Omi. I love that Matt undercut Finian's position there. Well done.
Matt wants
43.
43.
43. Alrighty. You have a not a mutiny exactly, but yeah. I would say that crew is still cold to Arthur, but they have warmed to Julio. Julio is clearly an actual able seaman. Arthur doesn't know a boat from his own arse because they're the same, but and is still like trying to captain them a little bit. But Julio has definitely won his place in this merry band.
Is there anyone on board who is skilled in like music in any way? Do we have any singers on board?
I can
Sure.
play the flute.
You can play the flute?
Finian
I can
plays
play the flute.
can play the flute. Yeah.
Excellent. Pollyanna, once dinner has been completed, will like sit back, pat her stomach, and be like, "That was a mighty fine bit of grub, Mr. Julio. Now, Finian, your flute. We will sing the song of the Orb of Time."
Well, it's been a little while since I played. Let me see how I go. Oh, it's going to be a little bit rusty. Here I go.
It's all right.
Check. 11. Yeah. Look, it's not the finest flute playing you've ever heard, but it's identifiably a tune that
Excellent.
I want to say Pollyanna sings along to.
Oh yeah, she's like conducting her crew.
Yeah. So the Pollyanna makes her crew sing along to.
Oh yes. Yes, she makes them sing the song about the time she stole the Orb of Time.
Julio, you can roll a d10.
I will. Okay, D10. Well, that's sus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's a 10.
Wow. Julio, they now like you 53%.
Come on.
Because you haven't
sing
made
more,
them
piano
sing
man.
any stupid songs.
Let's go.
It's not an ear
Hey,
bleeder, no.
it's a good song and it was a good adventure.
It was a good adventure,
And one day I will tell you what happened to the Orb of Time.
but not today.
But not
You know,
today.
I do keep score of the percentage you're giving me.
Noted.
By
Noted.
the end of this, oh boy.
Absolutely. So, the following day, you have your night. The following day, about around midday, you are coming up on the location. Pollyanna has taken a reading from the stars and determined that they are within the right neck of the woods. However, there is some nasty rocks to get past. Now, I'm going to do what I did with the getting through the nasty swamp. How would you assist the ship/crew to get through the nasty rocks? I will tell you ahead of time that the DC is 55. So what skill would you use, all of you four, you can each make a roll, to assist this vessel getting through the pointy rocks? And I will add them all together, and you have to beat 55.
I think Finian's going to try and use insight here by trying to pay attention to the pattern of the rocks and predict how the formation would actually continue prior to getting
And
past
Finian
the
spent a fair amount of time at sea, so he's at least peripherally aware of how how rocks sit and reefs build themselves in the ocean. An insight then for Finian. Very nice, like that.
It was almost
Oh,
18.
an 8. All right, Finian off to a flying start. The rest of you only need 47 more. What would you do? Pollyanna, I imagine you probably have proficiency with ships.
Probably.
Arfa, Julio.
How fast are we going?
Oh no.
I imagine Pollyanna would be on the wheel, trying
Yeah.
to manipulate the ship as dexterously as possible.
Alrighty. You have proficiency with ship handling and ship's navigation tools from being a sailor, Pollyanna. I would say you would have proficiency, a dex check with with proficiency.
Cool.
So
I will roll
if-
a sleight of hand then.
yeah, that. For your ship handling. Wow, plus 11. You sure you don't have expertise with sleight of hand?
Yeah, dude, it's plus 11.
Yeah. All right, so that's a 13. So that's between you is a 21 so far of the 55.
Oh, listen, we do have a second boat. If this one goes down,
do have a second
we have
boat.
another.
Oh, pile onto the tiny boat.
How comforting. And I think the brooms make it less seaworthy.
Poliani, a good team to give her advantage.
Can I try something a little stretchy? As in, it's a stretch, but I'll try it.
Okay.
Okay, so I do have water vehicles proficiency,
Yep.
but I want to envision the rocks as in like patrolling guards, and I want to use my stealth to try and like avoid them as if I'm like, you know, kind of trying to. I don't fucking know what I'm saying, but
You want to use stealth.
stealth, yes.
I'll allow it.
Okay. you know how like in films, like a character closes their eyes and they like see
Yeah.
something else. Yeah. So
Yeah.
like my mind palace is opening up. You know.
Okay. All right.
I don't
Oh.
fucking know, but
I may have lost
hey
that.
yo.
I don't either, but I love it.
I love it.
It's another natural 20. Oh my god,
Oh
it's 30.
shit! I knew I should have allowed this.
That's me.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so we're up to 51.
Okay,
Yeah, I think
Arfa.
we've lost Matt.
Come on.
I'm sure he'll be back soon. Arthur, you need 4 because Julio has somehow single-handedly rectified this whole like. Julio,
did
you
I
can roll me
win
another
more?
D10.
Yes.
For approval? Hell yeah.
Oh
For
my
approval.
god.
I think.
I'm the new captain.
Yeah. You get another 5. That's 58.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Alpha will grab his figurehead and use it as like a pole barge kind of situation to just push at the rocks if we get too close.
Oh my god. I love it. Love it.
Okay. Arthur. Just because this is a ship, and your pole barge is really not very good. Like you've just tied brooms together. You can make an athletics check with disadvantage.
I'll take it.
But I do enjoy it. Like you're approaching this like a Venetian man on a gondola.
Hell yeah. 15.
15 at disadvantage. Yeah, you successfully managed to a couple of times. There he is. There it was.
Hey.
Would you believe it? Probably as part of my navigational issues, I literally just rolled over my microphone cable. So I lost sound.
Oh no.
No.
Have we survived?
Yay!
Julio did a stealth check to sort of envisage, like to pretend that the. So basically, I am calling it like Julio is doing similar to Finian, but significantly better.
Bloody Julio!
And is
You're
sort
welcome.
of standing on the bow, like imagining the rocks below as patrolling guards and sort of directing Poliani's steering. And Arthur is standing on the bow of his ship, using the lashed together brooms as a sort of guide pole. Whenever you come dangerously close to rocks, Arthur is physically just pushing a 60-foot long boat away from the rocks. For a combined total, Arthur and Julio actually got 45 on their own. So Poliani brings that to 58, and Finian brings that into well over to 66, which means you smashed the goal. Well done. And you know Arthur and you know what, Arthur, you can roll a D10 as well.
Wait. Let's go.
Oh.
One.
One. I knew it. Literally,
Julio,
one of the
Julio.
crew see you do that and go like, "That's pretty neat. That's impressive." Like whoever
Julio.
tied those brooms together did a really good job of it. Julio, did you do that?
No, it's my cool Captain Arfa. Flex.
This crewman is freaking terrified because, as soon as Arthur flexed it, was like, Jesus Christ, look at the eye patch. And it's, yeah. Cool, you do that. You manage to make your way through the rocks. The center of the shoal is a storm-racked island. A spit of land and sand, sand and rock, barely 20 feet long. It's almost exactly the same size as Arthur's boat. And it's just about big enough to park a small ship on, say. A jolly boat, really, but you could use Arthur's boat. And that would be not a bad place to explore the nearby waters from. While the larger, Herreshoff's Ramble is anchored a safe distance away from the land. I presume you do that? Only one way to
Mr.
get the goose to leave you
Arfa,
alone.
I think we
Captain,
need
Captain
you to
Arfa.
captain your boat to get us over to that little spot, if you think you can manage that.
Of course, yeah. You may step on my ship now, and we may approach the shore.
Excellent.
Cool.
Finian?
Someone's got to supervise this ship.
The second mate, a young servant named Sally, is sort of like, "Oh, I've got you, Captain. We'll go and
Finian,
park her over there. You might need Finian."
Oh,
That was my thinking indeed, Sally. Finian with me.
okay.
It's Sally with an I, just FYI.
Bye, Sally.
See you, Julio. See if you can bring back more jellyfish.
Okay.
All
Cool. You,
right, everyone on the ship, don't move the bucket. That's necessary for not sinking. And, maybe grab an oar because the sails are a bit tattered.
They are extremely tattered. Finian, you probably have to do a fair amount of bailing on your way over to the island, or, well, someone does, but Arthur's steering.
Arthur's playing the drums.
Oh, nice.
He's like got the tiller with an elbow, but he's mainly playing the
Of
drums.
course, yes, he can play drums. Excellent.
Polyani's going to discreetly kind of bump the tiller to keep them on course.
Excellent.
Finian is desperately throwing water out.
Yeah.
Good work, Finian. Like a star.
You make it to the island. Finian, could you make me a athletics check?
This is for the success of the bailing.
No.
Yeah. You get to the island about 8 minutes before you would otherwise have sunk.
Wait, how long is the trip back?
Oh, probably about 8 minutes. But you can pull
Got
it
me
out of the
close.
water. You can pull it out of the water and drain it. You know, this sieve with a mast.
Gonna need a bigger bucket.
Gonna need a jar of dirt. Alrighty. So, you get there. What do you do now? You are on an island. And I say island very loosely. It doesn't have any trees or anything. It's just, literally just, it sticks out of the water about 3 feet at the high point. It's just sand.
Can we perceive where the wreckage is?
Or investigate, perhaps.
From above the waterline, it would be, it's sunk. You can look for places where ships would have sunk, like reefs and shoals and things, but basically the whole area around is lousy with them. You know that because you came through a bunch of them. So you probably have to go under the water to find what you're looking for.
Right, Finian. I think it might be time to dispense those water potions you've been hanging on to for us.
Oh, well, yes, okay. Let me just... here they are. Yes, there we go. Now, we probably shouldn't take them until we are ready to go into the water, specifically. Or else they'll fade off before we actually need them. Ah! Stop it!
You both chug them. You have 8 hours.
It's like
Let's go.
Right,
Arthur, as soon as you inhale it, you cannot breathe air anymore. No, I kid.
Okay, well, we should probably get started then.
Very well. Make me either investigation or perception, whatever you favour.
I am going to roll a perception, and I'm hoping Gideon can roll.
Could I do a survival? Since we're like tracking things and we're looking for stuff.
I'll allow survival.
Are you trying to find the footprints of a boat?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Julio. Julio's got this. All right.
Best mate? Mm-hmm.
Roll the d10. No, I kid. Right, at the center of the thing, how will you be searching? Can you describe for me your, how you go about this? Do you separate? Do you stick together? Do you, each go in a cardinal point direction? Or, what's going on?
I think Polyani would kind of be like, right, we're going to take this bit of the island from here to here. We're all going to search it together. And then assuming we don't succeed, we will then move on to another zone. We'll be searching together because, frankly, I don't trust these waters to be safe. And I would prefer it if nobody drowned.
Fair.
Or was attacked by a giant squid. You know, these things happen.
Or sucked away in a current.
That's a good idea.
Or sucked away in a current.
Currents are delicious.
Caught under some rocks.
Or accidentally held under.
Or even attacked by a giant crab.
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
So many
you
calamities.
You search together. All right. Finian. The first, so you, in the churned up gloom of the seabed, the water is quite, so the waves are quite powerful, quite strong, but so when you enter the water, you're looking around. There is quite a profusion of life down here. A lot of, not a huge number of fish, but a lot of shellfish. A lot of crabs, lobster, that sort of thing. The first thing that strikes you is a piece of kelp as it washes across your head. I silly. Jack O'Brien. Well, sleep well, mate. Thanks very much for joining us. Good on you. Jack is a fellow dungeon master and was a player with me over on Roll for Damage recently. And as an East Coast person, they should be in bed by now. What the hell? Right. So yeah, you probably have to search for the best part of 2-3 hours before you find what you're looking for. Julio is the one that sort of gestures, and everybody looks over in that direction. In the churned-up gloom of the seabed, about 300 feet from the islet to the northeast, you can make out a mast standing clear. As you head towards it, the rest of the wreck becomes visible. Finian, the first thing that strikes you is that the Madame de Buffon seems pretty much undamaged from this angle. She is sitting keel down, and she even seems to have her sails furled. So she is sitting upright on the seabed. Probably the bottom 5 feet of her keel is in the sand, but everything else is sitting upright, almost the way she would look if she was on the waves. Who was the next? Arthur. You notice, and this is appropriate, that she is not alone. there are several other wrecks clustered around her, all apparently brought down by the rocks as well. You would think in the sort of 400-500 feet area that you can sort of see, there is at least 10 other wrecks. Poliani, you can see these as well, and you note that none of them are in good condition, as in anywhere near as good as the Madame de Buffon. Many are clearly quite old. They all show the passage of years. Most of them have some degree of coral growth. Julio, there is a clear area around the Madame de Buffon. Several of the other ships, of the other shipwrecks, are intermingled, while others have burst open on rocks, and none of them are the right way up. But there is a space about 50 feet all the way around the Madame de Buffon that is completely free of debris.
As an experienced sailor, do I know if there's any like sort of magic that kind of protects ships of fancy schmancy people?
Make me a history or arcana check, whichever you favor.
Oh, history.
The Buffon is much larger than the Ramble, easily 150 feet long, with a trio of masts. A dirty 20 for history. Yeah, you've definitely heard of spells and incantation. Hey, Castellan, that can protect a vessel. Various magic items. You've definitely, like, as an old seaman, you've definitely heard a bunch of legends of ships that are protected by either fate or
I'm fucking 5 years
wards.
old. I cannot laugh every time you say seaman.
There's a reason why this is not a regularly nautical adventure, particularly with Lux around.
Hey Josh,
Yes.
you know how I found that little bird while I was cleaning out that box? Siri really likes it.
Oh dear. Oh my.
I don't know whether to give it back to her now because, like, it's
Do we
ruined.
want to encourage this?
But yeah, do I want to encourage it?
Well, did you leave it on the floor?
It was in a box that was on the floor.
Yeah. Then I think we've already encouraged it. So the Madame de
Look,
Buffon.
I'm getting right now.
Why did you take it off me, Mummy? Yeah, she's easily 150 feet long, a trio of masts. She has a pair of catapults on either flank, and another mounted on the bow. Whilst not a ship of war, she is an armed merchantman, and looks like she could definitely take care of herself. Cannon are not a thing in this world. They haven't got black powder as such yet. The boomstick is a magical item. However, ship-mounted catapult are very much a thing. Yeah. You can see this vessel. You are, I will say, about 250 feet away from it. You can share your observations as you like. What do you do?
Can we talk underwater?
Yes. You can breathe, speak, basically you are on dry land as far as you are concerned.
Is the ship covered in silt or sand, or is it appearing as if it were more or less above, minus the murk of the water?
It does look like it would have... Basically, it just looks like someone filled it with water and it sank. But you all know it was sunk by a wakeworm.
Do you think Mistress Sylvestri's magical chest extends to the whole damn boat?
Depends on how magical it is. But I will say, if this is the only like magically protected area, who knows what might be inside? You know? So maybe let's try to swim up stealthily.
Yes, I agree. Caution definitely would be the best approach.
Very well. You can make stealth checks, please. Do any of you have disadvantage for stealth?
Yes. My first good roll.
I don't have a
look
disadvantage
like it.
for stealth. I think my rolling tonight's a disadvantage, but you know.
Come on, Polly. +8, 26.
26!
Look,
Polly glides through the air like a multicolored shadow.
yeah, so Finian and Julio's pretty good ones. Well, Finian's excellent one, Polyani's amazing one, and Arthur's very mediocre one. Yeah. Coupled with the fact that you're actually underwater, you approach with a fair degree of stealth. Arthur is probably struggling a little bit to move stealthily because he's used to being on top of the water, not below it. But yeah, he's buoyant. Yeah, that's a problem. But yeah, you can approach in what manner and how close would you get?
I suppose Polyani would be aiming for a point where she could look into the ship.
Okay. Well, there is a degree of upward, downward in this because you're underwater. You can swim up and look down onto it.
Oh, probably then, yes.
So
Also,
yeah.
as we swim close, can Julio try to like feel if there's any difference between like I don't know if that's a word, when we
It is
like get
Shakespearean
through.
English, yeah.
Oh, Shakespeare. Yeah. So I will try to feel if there's any difference in like vibe and atmosphere when we reach this like line of safety.
Oh, okay, sure. Vibe or atmosphere is an excellent way to put it.
I love a good vibe check.
Yeah. Vibe check me. How would you determine vibe? Is this an arcana check, or are you wanting to do insight?
Can I use investigation, perhaps?
You would determine different things, but yes.
I
I agree with Castellan. If you're wanting a true vibe check, insight.
Okay, I'll take insight.
May I go for a vibe check also?
Yeah.
Ooh. Let's
I will,
go. You insight, I'm investigation.
Okay.
I'm inciting, you're investigating.
Yeah.
Come on.
19.
19.
Oh, I suck.
Julio, there is no obvious cause of this. What's the number? I haven't seen.
Small.
Okay. It's not coming up. Alrighty, cool. Yeah, there is no obvious cause of this. It's and it doesn't look natural, but it looks like it could be. Like it could just be. It's weird, but sometimes weird stuff does just happen. Finian, what exactly are you feeling for when you're trying to figure out the vibe of the place? Yeah. What are you feeling for?
I'm looking for, and I'm kind of using my monk background a little bit on this, kind of a change in general energy surrounding the ship. So,
Okay. Yeah.
I'd be looking for two major things. One, do I notice a directional change in the current?
Mm-hmm.
So a sense of the flow going, or do I feel anything that I might recognise as magical, being in proximity to the ship?
Yeah.
I'd also point that as part of Finian's investigation, he would probably go up and just touch the ship lightly to see.
I'm really enjoying the conversation between Omi and Castellan in chat. We really should create a new skill called Vibe, which is basically social insight, which Omi says is just passive insight. The irony being that the bad guy in the show was locked in a space dumpster for 10,000 years. You must vibe in order to vibe check. Yeah. I really like this. So, yeah, Finian, you do not notice a change in current. Not in the current in the water. However, something likened to a soft, like a gentle electrical current could be described as the way the vibe feels around the ship. You are attuned to the magic of life as a mercy monk. You can feel that. I should explain. in my interpretation of standard D&D rules, there are 6 elements, not 4. There is the fire, water, air, and earth, but there is also life and death. And the magic of life is very much a thing and hugely important to the humble folk. And Hedge actually are particularly attuned to it. So this makes perfect sense that you can feel that. You can feel the magic of life flowing into this ship.
Ooh.
Something in it or on it or about it is causing the local tides of magic, as it were, to shift.
I relay that to the group. There's something odd about this. There is magic at work. It shouldn't be happening, but the fact that the ship is protected by magic means that anything within it could be protected by magic, which might mean this is not a simple collect the treasure job.
Right. That is a shame. I do like a good simple collect the treasure.
Yes, that's my favourite. It's possibly worth noting that whatever's causing this magic is likely still in the ship given the proximity, and I'm going to assume that were one to be above the water, you could see a pretty even circle perimeter around the ship. I wonder if it's off center telling us where exactly in the ship this could be.
Could this be related to this indestructible chest? I'm just spitballing here.
Well, I mean, given that we were given the job by a pirate, and pirates by their nature aren't particularly honest, there's a good chance that we weren't given the whole picture. I think so.
To answer Next Draconis' question, because it is actually a good one, would death not just be the absence of life? No, I see them as oppositional forces in this world. And as Castellan says, pain, regret, grief, these are all sort of, the magical vibrations of death, and that hold true in TBD as well. That's interesting. I did not know that. It's also in the podcast that Karen and I are in, Castellan, of which Castellan is the DM.
We clearly pay so much attention to stuff Matt says.
Well, I just don't think it's ever really come up. But it's interesting talking sort of heavy lore. But I have a similar approach to it. Interestingly enough, you wouldn't feel those things. Well, you might do. I'd feel pretty upset if I was not alive anymore. Be pretty hacked off about it all. You, I think actually, you know what? We've been going for about an hour and a half. I think we might take a short breaklet, and as you descend upon this wreck, which I'm presuming you are descending upon, we'll come back on board the Madame du Buffon. So, we'll be just 5 minutes, guys. Just take a quick breaklet, and we shall be right back. Thank you so much for joining us, chat. Next Draconis, Omi, Castellan, all of our friends. It's lovely to have you here. Please smash that follow button if you fancy it, and we will be back very, very shortly. Say goodbye, everybody.
What?
Vast and ahoy, mateys, we be back. Omi, thank you so much for those gifted sub to Trins and Thamior, congratulations, lucky you. And Trins as well. I don't know Trins, but welcome and thank you, and I'm glad that you are here. Pog, pog, pog. I don't actually know what that means. I just say it because it amuses Daria. Cool. Alrighty. Well, we are descending upon a boat. But before we do that, I want to mention Ukraine again, because stuff is problematic over there, as you may have heard if you've read literally anything online recently. That there is the link to the emergency action appeal. We are putting that up there because we have it has currently raised over $3 million to help Ukrainians fleeing violence, and we're trying to increase that number just a little bit. So if you have any spare pennies that you could see your way to donating, that would be super groovy of you. That's all I have to say about it. You know the situation. Nikolai has family over there. Daria is over there. Stuff is problematic. So, yeah. Our hearts go out to all of the Ukrainian people and also to the Russian people who don't want this, is the real trick. And there I will get off my political stance and just do the things. So let's tell silly stories about pirates. Okay. You guys descend upon the Madame du Buffon. From the top down, it looks pretty intact. The sails are even sort of billowing slightly in the current.
Ooh.
They are not they're not hiked up, and you would not expect them to be. Hey, Petricorian, good to see you. It looks like a dog doing a twerk.
I can't quite make out what that is, but it looks cool.
It looks like a dog twerking. It's great though, whatever it is. Actually, it could be a Rudolph. Anyway,
Excuse me, Arfa. Arfa, you're a boat. Should those sails be doing that?
I want to be clear. It doesn't look like they're like propelling the vessel at all. Just like they're just no one coiled them back up as you would when you're going into port because the ship was sunk by a thing. I would say
the
it's probably
ship's
not.
sinking. Let's put the sails back up.
Yeah, exactly. Though, Finian, seeing as you've asked, can you make me an investigation check?
To answer your question, yes, they should be doing that. But see, the thing is, this is what captains know, is that it's usually above the water that it does.
Finian,
Captain Breakbill makes an excellent point. It normally does that up there.
Finian, clearly distracted by Arfa's
The imbecility of Arthur's answer. Yeah. No, you don't notice anything. There wasn't a huge amount of things to notice, but you did not notice them. I'm not going to let Arthur roll for it because he demonstrated he does not know anything about boats. Cool. The ship is 3 decks, including the bilge, plus an aft castle, which is the sticky uppy bit at the back. So the ship is a sort of you've got your 3 main decks, and then there's the blocky bit at the back.
The sticky uppy. I thought that's where the captain's quarters are.
Normally, yes, and there's probably a fair bet on this case as well. That is called the aft castle.
Hey,
What do you do? Where do you go?
can I do an Arcana check? Like, I'm not a magical person, but I've seen some shit.
Sure.
I want to see if I can get a feel for this. What does a 13 feel?
This is a sort of a. What are you trying to determine? Like how much malarkey is going on here?
Yeah, malarkey levels, kind of also like maliciousness, I suppose. Does this feel like bad magic?
Ooh, okay, that's an interesting question. You definitely get magic vibes off it. But determining malice, it hard to say.
Could I kind of tack on to my insight check with an Arcana check, being a mercy monk, kind of determine a feeling of harm versus healing, so to speak?
Very well. Given the success of your vibe check, I will allow an Arcana check. Yes, I'll give you advantage on it as well, given the success of your vibe check.
Thank goodness. The first one was better. 15.
15 is pretty good. Do you get a feeling of harm? No. You do not feel a malicious vibe off this thing.
I would like
Yeah.
to check out the aft castle.
Okay. I am going to assume Arthur goes with you because he's been on a pirate ship exactly once before, and that was in the aft castle, and we found a chest in there.
Oh, you going to the captain boathouse?
Mm-hmm.
I'll join, yeah.
Maybe we'll find another boomstick.
You do that. You go into the captain's. You find in the aft castle. Yes. Let's have a look. Fuck's sake. Siri!
I can feel the floor in my room vibrating. Something's
no.
going down.
I can't feel that, but.
It's either an earthquake or the dog.
Oh, the dog's triggered an earthquake. It's curtains for us. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Alright. You go in there. There are 3 rooms. Siri, you're inside now. Come here. Come on. She gone to you?
She's with me. She's come
Okay.
to me.
All right. There are 3 rooms in here. There is 2 of them. One is the main room is a. Yeah. So the way these ships sort of work tends to be that the interior spaces are actually fairly modifiable. So you can have walls that actually get taken apart. It is currently in walled up configuration, but the captain's cabin basically gets dismantled whenever he wants to have larger gatherings in his quarters. So the captain has a sort of a separate room for gatherings, and then he has his own bedroom. But the wall can be taken away to make the bedroom and the separate room united. Currently they are separated, however, and he is using the separate room as a chart room. So you find a whole mess of charts and navigation equipment, all of it heavily waterlogged, but yeah, still easily legible. Nothing of major value, but you probably want to make an investigation check. Polyani and Finian, are you going with? Is everybody sort of staying together?
What point of the ship is closest to us?
Well, if you've swum down onto the deck, you'd be coming at it from the rear left, the rear port side.
One assumes there would be a window at the back of the ship.
Yes, there are several.
I would like to swim up to the windows.
I think so far I rolled 2 natural 20s and 2 natural 1s in this one session.
Yeah.
The hell
good.
is this?
Arthur, you're 11. Yeah, you find a full set of navigation tools.
I pocket that. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Beyond that, nothing of significant value or note. You find the captain's cabin. There is, yeah, the bed is disheveled. Like it looks like all the like it. In fact, yeah, it's fairly neat and tidy. I apologize. The bed has been freshly made. But it's obviously it's underwater, it's waterlogged, it probably wouldn't be comfortable to lie on. Polyani, you can, as you're looking through the window, see this. However, there is the window is the entire width of the back of the boat, and you can see into a second room. Polyani, make me a perception check as well. Finian, where are you? Are you hanging out with Polyani, or are you doing something different?
I am going with my captain.
Very well. So you two are swimming outside. You can see
Oh my
Arthur
God.
and Julio.
I am rolling fucking balls.
Finian, you can also have perception as well, looking in. You guys also notice a second room that they haven't gone into yet, looking through the back windows. And Finian, your keen vision in the gloom, you can see somebody, well, a body at least, in the bed in this second room. It is a smaller room, nowhere near as, I don't know, like, the word grandiose does not describe any cabin on board a vessel in this era, but yeah, the captain gets the nicest, largest bedroom. This is not the captain's room, but there is a body in there.
Cool. Yeah, Captain, there's a body right there.
What?
Is the body decomposed?
You would have to get closer to find out. You're looking at it through a window, you're about 15 feet away from it.
I would like to investigate further. Captain, I'm going to stealth in there and have a closer look and see if this is thing. Now, if you see me curl up into a ball, I'm in danger. Send for help.
Okay. Got
Okay.
it.
All right.
Finian, stealth, and then medicine.
Okay.
A 9. You
Okay.
stealth in, as far as you're aware, super good. And this is the trick. You stealth, but you are unaware of how good you rolled. That Matt knows, but Finian thinks you did a great job. And medicine check, 23. So, Finian, this body could have died about 10 minutes ago. It looks incredibly fresh. It actually, and it 23, there is not a mark on it. This presumably this person drowned, but it looks like they drowned in their sleep. They are asleep in this bed. They're not breathing. If you check for a pulse, you do not find one. They are just sitting there, lying there. They are a luma. Yes, it's a female luma, which is a pigeon folk. Yeah, she looks to be in her late 30s.
Finian backs out of the room and goes and reports to his captain. Look, that shouldn't be like that. That body has literally just died. Just died.
Well,
Julio and Arfa, I would say you come out. You've done the top deck. You probably find Finian coming out of that room. Peek in, notice nothing of value, see the corpse, and then rejoin the other two outside for this
I'm gonna poke the corpse.
Make me... to what intent? To what goal?
Like a kid poking a
Okay, alright.
corpse.
Then I'm not going to make you roll for it.
Just like a kid poking a corpse.
You poke a dead body. You poke a body, and the body, it moves slightly. It's clearly relaxed and slack like a dead body, rather than it. Rigor. That's the interesting thing, actually, Finian. Rigor has either not set in, or it has faded. And you would be aware that when somebody dies, the body after about 6 to 12 hours goes rigid, and then about 12 hours after that relaxes again. That is my understanding of, certainly my experience of it. For clarity, I worked in the funeral trade for a couple of years. So it was like, I've seen loads of corpses, and I've had one of them sit up on me. That was fucking scary. Because rigor, they died sitting up. I strapped them down to take them out of the place where they died. That got them back to the place where I was refrigerating it, and unstrapped her. Turned around, did some paperwork. Turned around, and she'd sat up, and I was like, "Holy fucking Jesus Christ!" Literally the scariest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, wow.
Was an 83-year-old woman who weighs, and I remember this, 43 kilos. Because she was on the scales when that happened. Anyway.
Finian, you seem to know a lot about the medicine. Do you know how she died?
Well, with my medicine check, did I happen to see any reason she would die other than drowning?
No.
No?
It looks fresh.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, other than being underwater, she shouldn't be dead, and she doesn't seem to show the signs of decomposition that I would expect to see in someone who drowned when this ship was meant to have gone under.
Well, we do feel this strange aura around. Maybe it just preserves everything how it was as soon as it happened, you know?
It's unnatural. Things shouldn't be preserved like this. When someone dies, they should die and pass. There's a natural order.
Alpha's got a potion of healing.
Mm-hmm.
He's just gonna plug it down the body.
Okay.
Well, a goodbye potion.
Interesting. I presume you're doing this. Hey, Cade.
I'm gonna try squeeze the water out by pressing down on the lungs, and then like you know when you've got like a bottle.
Oh, and like you're trying to make a vacuum to suck the potion in. That's very clever. I will give you, Arthur. Do you have any proficiency or even ability with medicine at all?
Absolutely, I've got a +1 actually.
You can have advantage.
Oh hell yeah!
Let's go.
Because that's a very clever idea that is completely out of character for Arthur, but a very clever idea. 8. Amazing. With the advantage.
I'm bubbling and I'm just like doing CPR, so it's just filling up.
She's literally underwater. Like even if you do res her, she'll be dead again in under a minute. The body does not wake up, and you dilute the heck out of your potion of healing, I'm afraid.
pretty sure they're dead properly.
Phineas,
I'm-
you just
Pollyanna's
witnessed
gonna
him
nudge
burn a
Finian.
50 gold pieces worth of potion.
Pollyanna's going to nudge Finny and say, in your opinion, does that idea have any merit whatsoever?
It's actually not the most insane thing he's done.
Because he's already strapped brooms to the front
Yeah.
of his ship.
This
There
is
is
true.
that.
Why am I surprised? This is part of the course. Okay, so we've got a body.
I'm
It's
not going to
very
tell
cu-
Finian what he thinks, but, like, mechanically, it's not actually a crazy, stupid idea.
No, I mean, it would work except for the fact that we're underwater and the person is dead, not dying.
Right. Okay. So
It was
essentially,
a noble effort.
hang on. Would I have seen this person before? Would I recognise them?
Ooh. History or investigation, they will choose different things. What exactly is happening, the Cade guy? These guys are, Julio and Arfa are regular party members. And we are just doing a sort of side questy mission, what happens to them while the others are at a wedding. Pollyanna and Finian are the captain and first mate of the vessel that brought them to this shipwreck that they are looting for goods at the request of a Madame Sylvestri, who has a special chest on here that she is looking to reacquire. These guys have gone out to salvage it for them. Pretty much all caught up. The ship is... Shit's weird.
Shit's weird. But something to note is we have 2 captains and 2 first mates here.
Yes.
So that's
It is spicy. I did not intend this spice. You put this spice in it, but it's spicy. So, sorry. Yes, carry on. What was the investigation check? Pollyanna, 22.
22. I think possibly my best roll so far.
Yeah, you do not recognize this person. However, Pollyanna, and I wanted on record that the DC for this check was 21. This Luma has really weird patterned feathers. It's something only really a fellow birdfolk would notice. A humble folk would not even notice this. But this person has feathers in a pattern that you have literally, as a well-traveled captain of a ship, never seen before. You have sailed further than most have dreamed, and you have never seen a Luma with feathers like this. They are... It's not like just rainbow colors, it's like each feather is a different color. It's like you've got 3 of the most colorful Luma people you've ever seen and sort of plucked all of their feathers, muddled them together, and then put all of the feathers back on one person.
Can I do a history check as well?
Yes. To what end?
Whether I've heard of this sort of phenomenon in any capacity.
In 11, no.
No.
As in, Luma becoming extremely colourful?
Yeah.
No.
Like, there's not like a folk story about the multicolored Luma.
So there are, okay. The Luma Amaranthine, the god of the Luma, is actually a pair. Children. And Children has the aspect of a trickster. And they are depicted as 2 entities. The sort of the chaotic and the not chaotic. Lawful isn't the correct word to describe Children, but as sort of like the negative chaotic and the positive chaotic sort of thing. It's like Loki. But there are 2 of them. And Children is described as constantly in flux. Their appearance constantly shifting. But I will, with an 11, I'm not going to say what you think of it, or whether or not you think that's relevant at all. But it's interesting only, and you are not a follower of Children, I wouldn't have said.
No.
And that was stretching Josh's memory. Oliver, I'm not sure when it happened, but thank you very much for the follow. I just noticed it. Oliver 17625. Thank you very much for the follow, my friend. I hope you are enjoying the show. So yes, you determined that is official Humblewood lore as well. That's not Josh making that up. That is actually like canon. Some things I do remember from the books I read.
Folks, I can't help but notice that Luma is way more colourful than your average Luma has any business being. And I kind of half remember this thing about a Luma god that's multicoloured. And I'm not saying that's a god in there, because it's clearly a dead body. But has anyone else ever heard of, some sort of strange phenomena that makes birds extra colourful?
Well, you are very
Pollyanna,
colourful
you
as
say
well.
this as a very colourful parrot.
Yeah.
Beyond
really
what
cool.
one might expect of the bird in question. Like, my kind, I like this. Whereas Luma...
what colour are you, Pollyanna?
I am
I'm assuming a Norwegian blue.
I was going to say green, but no, I'm definitely a Norwegian blue. I'm brightly...
Beautiful
because my
plumage.
parents were... you look at other, birds like me, and they look like me. And I have never seen a Luma that look like that. Look at it.
So some of its feathers are red, some of them are green, some of them are blue.
Do they seem dyed? Like, is this intentional or is this just magic?
Julio, you're quite well travelled as well. A history check.
Okay, let's see. My big +1. Boy, how many ones am I going to roll today?
Julio, you've never heard. You've never heard of you think maybe in foreign lands dyeing your feathers. It's totally possible to dye a feather. Dyeing them en masse, however, would probably take a while. It's like getting foils done. But it feels a bit unnecessary, but maybe it's a fashion thing. He's pining for the fjords. Well, actually, I don't want a fjord. It's too shallow. This doesn't strike you as it's a maybe, but not a. And if you were going to do that, why do it like one feather at a time, all over the place in a really random profusion?
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's like.
Well,
I want to be clear. It's not just like clusters of little of like one red feather, one yellow feather, one green feather, one. It's not. It's sort of patches, like almost like cheetah patches, but there's green, red, and yellow in there.
Well,
green, red, and blue.
Captain, what about looking at the below deck, and maybe we'll find some other Lumas and see if that's their look, that's their team colors or something.
I suppose. Just keep your heads on swivels, people.
All right, you head below deck, and it is so a ship this size. You would all probably be aware. Oh, everyone swapped places.
Hey, I'm Finian now. Haha.
Hang on.
Haha. What is that? I'm not sure that's Finian.
Oh shit. Arfa's now both captains at once.
Heyo.
I'm a boat. Oh, hang on. I'm back.
I've just swapped Arfa and. Oh, okay, hang on. Don't know why that happened. Karen needs to swap.
It's really weird.
There we go. Is that
Oh,
right?
I'm Arfa now. Hey. I'm a
There we
boat.
are. Okay. Right. Don't know why that happened. That was weird. All right. So, what happens? Yes. On a ship this size, you would know a ship this size would require a crew of about 30 at least, and most of them would just sleep in hammocks on the middle deck, which wouldn't normally. Oh, Nerds of the West! Thank you very much for the raid. Everybody throw your favorite raid emotes up in chat. Nerds, thank you so much. Can we get some finger guns? Pew, 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 pew. I'm going to throw up my finger guns because I am a sub of Nerds of the West. Mostly, I'll be honest, for the finger guns because they're a really cool animated emote. Nerds, what were you doing this evening? Did I see it was Skyrim tonight? or was it was Beck playing Assassin's Creed? Thank you so much for the raid, guys. Yes. Oh, actually, I learned how to do this today. Boom. There you go. They were playing Bangin'
Ooh, a dating
Summer.
sim.
Cool.
Ooh, okay. For research purposes only, what dating sim were you playing?
Ooh, Bangin' Summer by the looks of it.
Wait, is this referring to a specific person or generally?
That's what Nerds of the West was playing.
So are they banging someone called Summer, or
Yes.
is it referring to the season of summer
Well,
in which they
that's
are
the
doing a lot of banging?
They just had a Bangin' Summer. Anyway, Reese
or
was
is it
playing a
both?
dating
You were
sim.
banging Summer in
Ah.
summer.
Well, Reese played in my first ever online D&D campaign, and it was great. Doki Yusi, there you go then. Refers to the season. Oh. Well, I hope you got all the tale, Reese, and I hope you had a lovely time. Thank you very much for stopping by, and thank you for the raid. We are playing Humblewood D&D. We are currently on a salvage expedition with a crew of pirate-adjacent people. They're not necessarily pirates, and they're currently not doing anything that's technically illegal. You descend to the middle deck of this sunken ship, the Madame de Buffon. And the middle deck is full of hammocks. And they would sleep literally like right next to each other in rows. And sort of like 5 or 6 to a row. And the length of the ship, almost certainly the length of the room. It's full of hammocks, and the hammocks are full.
With
Aw.
horses?
You would have to make an investigation check to determine what they're full of.
Oh, let's
Excellent.
try it.
Hey, another not shit roll. This is nice. 23.
Poliani, Arfa, Julio, you all determine that the hammocks are full of bodies. Poliani, your previous observation about the nature of the sort of muddled together Luma helps you observe that. Where are we? They are all dead and seem to be sleeping peacefully. But otherwise, nothing injured about them. Same as above. A close inspection notices something off about these corpses, however. The fact that they are neither rotten or in any way damaged, other than being heavily waterlogged, comes up, but they are unusual looking folk. Beyond the couple of bird folk you find more examples of unusual patterning. You find a corvum, a raven or crow person, with stripy feathers as well, like actual stripes. It looks like tiger stripes in white in their otherwise black feathers. And their beak is an unusual shape for a corvum. It's got a slightly more hook to it. You also find a mapatch whose legs have different colored fur. Like each leg is a different color. Yeah.
That's a funky ship. I like it. Too bad they're all dead. They know
Yeah,
how
it's
to
a
fight.
shame.
Were
Julio.
they on the way to the Humblewood Pride Parade?
The Humblewood is a fairly easygoing, sexuality and gender-wise. An entire crew of genetic aberrations, Necroconus. It's just unusual, is all. But the most unusual thing about this, and the other thing with the 23, although Julio would probably notice it as well, or in this number of people, they're all weird. There is about 80% of them are like, oh, that's odd. Like have something definably off about them, other than the fact that they're all mint condition corpses.
Right. Folks, we might be on a ship full of mutants.
The X ship.
Should we be worried? I'm trying to decide if I am worried.
Glad you liked it, Josh.
Oh, I missed that. What was that?
Very good. She said the X ship. Trading corpse game. Nice and minty.
Can I do a very specific Arcana check
Yes.
on the nearest corpse?
Very well.
Basically, on the bit of it that's weird. Basically, I'm trying to tell if it was changed by magic.
Very well. Do so. An Arcana check, please.
And
Come on,
back to
Polyani.
shit rolls. That's a 5.
Unfortunately,
I
Polyani, you know nothing
yeah.
about magic that doesn't relate to time.
Damn
If it was chronomancy, you would have advantage on the check. And as far as the only thing that you can determine about this is that there is nothing chronomagic about this.
Well,
The
guys,
time-
this wasn't time travel.
Time hasn't been stopped on this corpse. Which in and of itself is interesting because, while you may not be aware, Finian certainly would be, that there is a spell that does stop corpses degrading.
Look, I think we should probably just keep going, get this treasure, and then get out. My read, I mean, these people are dead, and they look like at the moment they're staying dead. I don't know how long they're staying dead. To be fair, that's not part of my practice, but I think if we go and get the chest and leave, we can avoid them coming back.
While they're doing the magic stuff, can I try and find in the personal belongings of these sea travelers? Seafarers?
Crewman.
if
Seaman
they-
is the word. Are you trying to
It
avoid
is.
that?
Here is the word, yes. Because I am 5, I will laugh. But yes, I will try to find any personal letters or any signifiers like where they're from, like
Okay.
something like that.
Interesting. Very interesting. First true curveball of the session as well. Well done,
Oh,
Daria.
nicely done, Daria.
Checking out the Arf Castle Tour was a bit of a curveball, but yeah, this one was a proper one. Yes, make me an investigation check, Julio. And if
I will
anybody
use
else
my
wants to,
inspiration.
if Julio, say Arfa, if you want to help Julio, help your first mate on this, you are welcome to do either
gonna
roll it
help.
yourself or Julio can have advantage.
I'll give Julio advantage. Alpha's gonna
Help action.
fling the bodies off of the hammocks and set them down and just start pocketing hammocks.
Thanks. Oh, so helpful.
You're
Is that
stealing
man
the
stealing
hammocks.
hammocks?
It sails from somewhere.
Thank
true.
you for advantage, because it's another fucking
Or a
one.
1 or a 14. Okay. Yeah, okay. You find in the pocket of a male crewman, this looks like a male gallus, which is a rooster person. You find a letter addressed to a lady named Delilah, wishing her well on her first voyage. This gentleman is, you would say, probably in late middle age. You wouldn't look, and has the look of a sea dog, like someone who's been at sea most of his life. This is not his first voyage.
Is there an address for this Delilah?
Saltar's Point. Actually, only like 3 streets up from Madame Sylvestri's.
Hey, anyone knows Delilah back in the town?
Finian, Polyani, you may make a history check if you like. Delilah Summerwith. Finian. Ooh. Okay. Finian, Delilah Summerwith, you only know her as Miss, or, as Widow Summerwith. But Widow Summerwith was She'd be in her late 70s. The last you saw her. Which would probably be like she's not close family, you're not friends or anything, but you know of the lady. She was, when you were growing up, she was around. She would be that would have been, I don't know how old Finian is, but an appropriate amount of time ago. And you can sort of figure out how old she would be. You are aware she's still alive. But yeah, she is, late 70s.
All right.
She used to be a sailor.
Can I tell how old this particular body is?
How do you mean? How old the body is?
Well, she's 70. Is the body 70 years
Oh,
old?
right. No, late middle age. 45, 50.
Okay. What's in the rather? What's the letter say? I know her, or at least I knew her.
The letter says, "Have a good voyage," to Delilah. Which is strange. See, if you say she used to be a seafarer, why is the letter saying, "Have a good voyage"? She stopped a while ago, didn't she? Wasn't she? Like, in the past.
I can't be certain, but like a while ago, she's not young.
Folks, thoughts are happening. Is it possible that these guys aren't really dead? They're just like suspended.
Pretending. Oh.
And like they're still aging. So I'm sorry, that sounds weird as hell. Never mind.
Yeah, how is that connected to Delilah? She's not on the ship.
But these people appear younger. I mean, I don't know who this person is,
Yeah.
Delilah, but...
Sorry, Finian, I want to be very clear, and I probably wasn't. The last you saw or heard of Delilah was about 5 years ago?
Yep.
And, yes, she may well have lived... She lived in Saltar's Point at that point.
Okay. So this
It's all...
So,
It sure means something. But
So
what?
This
I have no
This is
idea.
Delilah.
No, it's not Delilah. It's a guy. Sea dog guy.
It is a guy. All right, that's what I was working with. I was like, wait, what? Okay. So,
Oh my god.
so, but
This is all giving me the creeps a little bit. Should we just find this chest and get the hell out of here before
that's
we
what
end up?
that's what I said before. I
Yeah.
said we should get the chest and get out.
Finian,
Stop
if you...
grabbing the hammocks.
Finian, if you want to, you can make an investigation check. Only if Finian would.
Finian will, yes. After his little outburst, he's going to kind of turn around and have a bit of a look around. He's a bit flustered now.
Okay.
17.
Finian, the Gallus in question, the 45, 50-year-old Gallus, is wearing a house coat that you vaguely recognize as belonging to Delilah Somerville.
Strange. I mean, one would deduce that this is someone known to Delilah, but the age is wrong. It is, Captain. I think you could be right. This could be suspension in time, I don't want to be here anymore. I've decided I want to get out of here as quick as possible.
Right, well then we need to find this chest before any creepy weird stuff happens. How many hammocks has Arthur procured at this stage?
Offended.
Too many.
Hey,
6.
new
Okay.
sales.
Yeah. All right, Arthur, you have acquired 6 hammocks. You head
Excellent.
head downstairs to the cargo hold. That is the lower deck, and it is full. I mean, packed. Tons of
dear.
stuff. Tons, literally tons. It would seem that the Madame de Buffon was running pretty fully loaded. it is also massively valuable. You can tell just from looking at it. Finding it's like it is. Polyani and Finian and Julio, everyone except Arthur can make a seaworthiness check, an investigation check regarding the seaworthiness of this vessel.
Okay, excellent. Because Arfa is filling up his hammocks and using them as sacks for all of the loot.
I like it. Arthur, you can make a different investigation check for what you find.
Our investigation sucked, by the way.
Yeah, I'm just rolling. I'm rolling real bad.
Good. Get it out of the way now. So a 9, 14, 11, a 2. Yeah, Polyani. Oh, what was I thinking when I said this? Polyani, as the captain of a cargo vessel, admittedly not this big, you think it's surprising the ship stayed afloat at all with this in it.
How on earth was this boat floating with this much stuff inside it?
Arthur, you can determine that there is at least 5,000 gold pieces worth of loot in here.
I'm trying to take as much of it as possible in those hammocks.
Thanks very much, Cade. Sleep well, my friend. Alrighty. The others can make a second investigation check. The first one was really just to determine whether or not the ship would be sailable with this in it. So, Finian, Julio, Polyani, you are now presumably looking for the thing you came here for.
Yes. Well, we're not faring much better.
Mm-hmm.
Polyani, it's all on you.
An investigation check, please. And I remind you, you do have inspiration.
Well, how inspired? How investigating am I for 12?
Well, we have a 14, a 13, an 11, and a 12. Any of you, I will allow to use your investigation, your inspirations.
I feel because you've mentioned it, it's probably valuable. So
can reroll.
Let me fuck it up. 16, yay!
Hey.
16. Okay. Anybody else is welcome to as well.
I will. I tried to use my inspiration like 8 times today, and every time you were so sweet and gave me something
literally
else.
once, but yes, all right.
Let's go.
17. Okay. Finian, you can as well if you want to, as can Arthur. I'll allow Arthur to use his inspiration as well.
Can't beat a 17, but I guess I will give it a go.
I want to be clear, 16 and a 17 do find something. It's basically, this thing is so full of stuff to find, you could all find something in here, but none of you had beaten the DC yet. A 16 and a 17 do that, the other two have not yet.
Now, excuse my ignorance, but inspiration's a D6?
No, it's you reroll.
Oh, reroll. Oh, that's easy. Alright, I'll do that.
So can I get in on the second investigation?
Oh,
Yes.
Oh,
A 13, okay.
but
And Arthur, you may make a second investigation check as well. Polyani, Julio, and Arthur. Yes, alright. So, Arthur, you find enough gold to fill up all of your sacks. You make 6 sacks of gold out of hammocks. It's probably about 1,000 gold pieces in your hammocks. You also, Julio, Arthur, and Polyani all find either a +1 weapon of your choice or a +1 piece of armor of your choice. Armor doesn't do Finian any good. Neither does weapons, so it kind of works. Finian is a monk, and a hedge to boot. He has an AC of 19 and he uses his fists. This is probably the best thing to not manage Finian. You guys can all take a thing that adds +1 to either your AC or your to hit and damage modifiers. I'm assuming Arfa. Well, I'm not sure actually anything does Arfa any benefit.
I'll take the weapon. Just because armor. I'm barbarian.
You're a barbarian, yeah. Julio, what would you take? This is actually like Julio is probably the only one it's actually meaningful for.
Yeah.
Long term. +1, and you could have studded leather. Just saying.
Oh, studded leather, because that's much better than what I have right now.
Studded leather, +1 studded leather is, I think, an AC 13 plus your Dex mod.
Yes. How do I do that? Do I like search up studded leather +1?
+1 studded leather should be in the items. So you find some +1 studded leather for Julio. Polyani,
Nice.
what would you grab?
Polyani would definitely upgrade one of her short swords. She's a pair of short swords.
+1
She's
short
gonna-
sword now.
Yeah.
Your primary short sword is now a. This thing is actually pretty fancy looking. Matt, I'll just ask you to tilt your camera a little bit sideways. You are.
Sorry,
I'm only
pushing it
seeing
with my
the
mouse.
left side of your face. So yeah, Polyani, you now have this quite fancy-looking blade. It's a leaf-shaped blade with gold quillions with feathers. Like it looks like angel wings around as the quillions of this blade, and it's got a ruby, a red ruby in the hilt of it. It's pretty schmick-looking blade. Julio, you also find a. Where are we? Yes, you also find a little box. Round about the same shape and size as the box you gave to Arthur earlier, which is why you found it, because I liked it. This one, however, is made of pale wood, streaked with darker tones. Anybody familiar with Tasmanian blackwood would know it. Inside is green felt. It is not locked. Would you open it?
Yes, of course.
Of course. You open it, and within you find a short metal rod. It has a ram's head, the head of a male sheep, a ram at the end, with the horns curled. The whole thing is made of copper, and the inscription on the inside of the lid says, "The Wand of Portable Ram."
Oh, that's an upgrade for our boat. Let's go.
Yeah. Arthur, with the highest roll, you locate a black lacquered chest at the back. It is near the rear of the hold, under another couple of cases. Finian, you may also make me an Arcana check. But yeah, you find Madame Sylvestri's stoof.
Okay. Alpha immediately starts.
Finian, you do find you feel you're all looking through this gorgeous loot. You know it's here now. You could probably come back for it if you wanted to, but this is more. So the thing is, loot is heavy, and to get back up, you'd have to swim or walk back to the island and then ship it back in the sieve that Arthur brought with him. Yeah, this is going to be several loads worth, difficult to transport. Finian, while you're searching this place, you do briefly just sort of link back in with the magic of life, and you can feel the current down here is slightly stronger. But you're not getting any sort of localization of it. Yeah. Arthur, yeah, you find the box. It is huge. This is 2 people. This is Arthur and at least one more person to lift. It almost means leaving behind some of your loot, Arthur, because you are carrying. Like, I'm going to say, you cannot carry. Even Arthur cannot carry 1,000 gold pieces in sacks on his shoulders. Not in one go, anyway.
Can I drag it?
The loot or the case.
The loot.
You were brought here specifically for this box. To carry this box.
See, the thing is, Julio, help me with the mathematics for this one. Right. I've got
You
about
get five. You
gold
get
piece.
50 gold pieces for bringing that back.
Even Arfa knows what's better.
Yeah. All right. So, Poliani, Finian, you find the thing. Julio, you've also found the thing. Arthur's got about 1,000 gold pieces. He is capable of carrying about 500 of that at once. He seems reluctant to not carry at least 500 gold pieces worth of actual money.
Would
You
I be
could
able to
probably
help?
see eye to eye with him on that. Julio, Poliani, Finian, who would be carrying Sylvestri's stoof?
Ooh.
Well, I have a strength of 8. So
So
what
does
is
Polyani.
lighter?
So does Finian.
My round.
All of you have taken strength as a dumb stat.
Yeah, I
Amazing.
don't have strength either.
I think we all 3 of us carry it together and sweat profusely as we go.
Well, you're underwater, so no one can smell it. It's fair. So you've got Arthur leading the way with bags and bags of coins jingling merrily as he walks up. Can I get
And 3 of us is like-
athletics checks from the 3 of you to carry this chest
Oh
back
no. This is where we die.
Athletics checks.
up? Yes.
Wait, I have athletics because I'm
Yeah,
a
I know.
swashbuckler.
Swashbuckler.
I roll a 0.
21. A
Oh, nice.
0. I am not seeing your rolls coming up, Karen.
That's probably because they're so shit. I just rolled a 1 and I have a -1 on athletics. So,
Okay. Finian and
Oh.
Julio. So Julio is taking one end, and Poliani and Finian are taking the other end, and struggling. Where Julio is like, "What are you even? What? Why are you like?" Clearly, Julio was brought for the muscle. Poliani, Finian, you realize at this point. Yeah, that's it. That there was a reason you brought them. It was to carry the heavy things. You navigate your way back up to the deck. I'm going to say, I'm suspecting you're not going to. Oh yeah.
Question. Because I carry stuff much easier than the captain and the first mate, do I get more points with the
No
crew?
one is watching, unfortunately, and Finian and Poliani are unlikely to relay this part of the story to the rest of the crew. If you told people later, maybe. But
I feel like Poliani tries to lift it and then goes, "Oh my back!
oh
Oh
god!
my back! Oh god! I think I
So
tweaked
Finian
something."
is like, and Julio's like, come on, whatever. So you head back up to the deck. Arthur, as the only unencumbered person, can you please make me a perception check?
We're fucked now,
I
guys.
still have my eye patch on.
You do.
Of
You
course
are
I
at
do.
disadvantage.
Oh.
A 7. Okay. It's a shame because the other one was really good. All right, Arthur, you do not notice. Actually, I
Good.
apologize. You can all make this check. It's the next one. I misread my notes.
But we do
You
have
are
disadvantage.
all at disadvantage because you are encumbered.
What you
I'm
don't
not, but I'm
notice-
doubled over in pain.
Yeah.
Finian.
Oh, crit fail! Crit fail!
Oh my god.
Finian.
No.
Finian's gonna notice.
Thank God.
Finian.
This is why you work for Poliani. She can't
Yeah.
lift shit, she can't notice shit.
Finian, you can hear from above, like as you're coming back out of the hold, as you're maneuvering this large, heavy chest out of the hold, you can hear creaking from the upper deck.
There's something up there.
Like it sounds like stuff's moving around up there.
There's something up there, everyone. Might I suggest we put this all down, investigate, before moving further?
Right. Tell you what, how about I have a sneak up and see if I can discreetly find out what's moving around?
Poliani, unless you want to specifically say that your back is out, I'm not going to give you any disadvantage on this, but you can stealth. If
Alright.
you're prepared to, tell you what, actually, I will give you inspiration if you take disadvantage on this roll. for leaning into... Oh, no, I want to be clear here. I will give you inspiration if you lean into the fact that you have said that her back has been put out.
Tempting.
Be aware that could have ramifications going forward, that she has a bad back for the next little while. She needs someone to crack it, someone to walk up and down her spine. Bit of physio.
Fuck it, I'll lean in. Pollyanna's like,
Hell
Pollyanna
yeah.
like tries to like, she's the thing where you kind of put a fist there and you just kind of wiggle a little
Yeah.
bit. Like, oh,
You
okay.
have disadvantage on this stealth check.
As your doctor, I really should advise that this is not a good idea.
Don't tell your captain what to do, Finian.
Sorry.
She's got a jar of dirt.
That's a 12 with
A
disadvantage.
12. You sneak up. As far as you're aware, you do a reasonably creaky good job. Pollyanna, you sort of your head just... As a bird folk, your eyes are fairly high mounted on your head. So not a lot of your head has to protrude above the deck to have a look. Perceive. Perception check, please. This is not with disadvantage.
15.
Okay. The DC was 14. You notice some debris on the deck that wasn't there last time you were on deck. Piles of rubbish. In fact, the ship was immaculate. It looked like it had been sailed yesterday and had tidied up after when everybody went home for the day. Now there is some piles of tumbled debris on the deck.
Right. Can I see any movement?
No, it is not moving.
But basically, it's messy now.
There are probably about 4 piles of debris that's sort of scattered around. Each one of them takes up about 10 square feet of deck area.
So there aren't brightly coloured dead bodies wandering around?
No.
Right. I'm going to go back to the others. And... how do I put this? I'm going to be like... I don't think there's any need to panic yet. But it would appear that the ship is no longer pristine. As in, you know how it was all clean? Suspiciously clean? It's not suspiciously clean.
Oh, if only we still had some bloody brooms.
But the good news is I can't see any danger. So I think we're still all right to leave. But
Quick question. Is it you can't see any danger or there isn't any danger?
I couldn't see any danger.
So who put the rubbish there?
I don't know.
And you're okay with that?
No, I'm not okay with this. I want to get off the bloody
So there's
boat.
probably bloody danger.
It was probably the water. Because a captain knows these things. There are currents. There are
Looks could kill.
You'd be away for 40 years.
Right. Well, I think we should all go onto the deck prior taking the equipment onto the deck and do a proper investigation. Captain, I admire you, I respect you, but you're not particularly thorough.
You are a horrible first mate. Never question your captain.
Thank you! I demand satisfaction!
Well, here goes our stealth.
Hey, okay. Everybody just take a moment.
I might be capable of healing, but I'm capable of great harm!
You're a great first mate, Finny, and sometimes you tell me when I'm letting me end down, okay? So how about you and your keen hedge eyes get up there and have a look for your captain, eh?
Until I get an apology. An apology, I said!
Matt, you are
Okay.
keeping working your
Yeah.
cuts.
The angrier he gets, the more
The
camera
further
move.
off screen he goes.
Okay, Finian. You know what's the strongest ship on the seas?
As the fellow first mate, you surely know. No? It's partnership. Okay? That's the best ship out there. So I will say sincerely, I am sorry. Okay? And you be a better best first mate. Okay? Done.
Julio, that was beautiful.
I want her to stay. I want her to stay. I am not traveling a moment further with her.
Opinion. Now might not be the time to have these sorts of opinions. We're on a magic ship full of corpses and there's rubble falling on the deck. And I'm pretty sure that if we leave now, we might be okay. So if you don't mind, you two can have, once we're back on either boat, don't care, his, mine, you two can go for it. Hammer and
Hey,
tongs.
say I'm a
leave
good
it-
first mate.
You're a great first mate. You're amazing. Now can we please go?
I will go with you.
Okay, great. Cool. Julio, Arfa, if we could just go. Oh, God, back.
So you are going upstairs. Are you carrying the chest?
Yes.
Okay. Carry the chest up. Arthur, you can make a perception check.
Fucked, aren't we? We're fucked.
Pollyanna, you may also make a perception check because you're not carrying the chest. We have established
I am
that
not
Finian
carrying
and
the
Julio
chest.
are carrying this.
12.
12. Okay. Right. Pollyanna,
Yes.
you the crew arrive on deck. Arthur precedes. Julio and Finian bring the gear up onto the deck, and then Pollyanna comes out last, looking around, still deeply suspicious with a sore back. And she looks around, and just as the others are sort of getting the gear to the edge of the boat, Pollyanna, one of the piles of rubble moves.
Oh, fucking balls.
Do we run? Is this running time?
Can
You were right. I was wrong.
Can I just check? Are we good to run a little over?
Yeah, all
Okay.
good here.
A little
Alrighty,
bit, yeah.
excellent. I will endeavour to sort of wrap this up. This is like, so. You are all very lucky. Pollyanna spotted this. You do not have a surprise round against you. Can you all please roll initiative?
Oh,
Reminder that I get a extra.
My
Where is
God.
it?
This is like the 10th one I rolled. I haven't been counting, but this is fucked. I get a 6.
no.
Finian, a 12. Not bad. Arthur, a 14. Julio,
Holy
a
shit.
6. Pollyanna,
22.
22. Okay. That's appropriate because you're the one who noticed. And the staff got a 9. Okay. Pollyanna, you see the nearest pile of rubble to where these guys are making their way off the deck of the ship. The deck of the ship is about 30 feet wide and 150 feet long and shaped roughly like a ship. One large pile of rubble sort of assembles itself into a very vaguely humanoid shape and shambles towards the chest and the people carrying it. Pollyanna, you look around yourself like, oh, fuck, and the other 3 piles are doing something similar. One assembles itself into roughly dog-shaped. Another looks not unlike a chicken made of bits of ship. And the third looks like a shark. What do you do, Polyani?
I draw my new +1 short sword and my other short sword,
You do that.
and I will attack the nearest one with a throaty pirate. Caca!
Very well. You caca it. Roll me some attack rolls.
I believe that I automatically get.
You probably get the same roll if you roll your fangbow. Oh no, maybe not. 'Cause you're a ranger.
I automatically get sneak attack.
Oh, you're Polyani. Yeah, of course. Duh. Yes,
Um,
you do automatically get sneak attack as long as you're not at disadvantage. So that
Yeah,
first,
and I'm not
that
at
first
disadvantage.
+1 roll. If you hit, you get the sneak attack.
I haven't added the +1 to this, so I have to do it manually.
Don't worry about it, but yeah.
That'll be a 12.
A newly weighted weapon. You're a little unfamiliar with it. No,
No.
I'm afraid the first one you're like, oh wow, that handles very differently underwater. Yeah. Offhand attack.
Offhand attack. Oh, crippling 14 on that one.
Does.
Oh, excellent. I assume I don't get
And
the
in
sneak
fact,
attack on that one.
because
Then?
I like Dez's rules, equals beats.
Hey.
That is Des Johnson, everybody. House rule, he tells you if you beat the DC exactly. And I like it.
That is a blistering 9 points of damage.
You do get the sneak attack.
I do get the sneak attack?
It's the first
Excellent.
attack on any hit. On any round, rather.
Where is my sneak attack dice? One moment.
3d6.
There's a button. There we go. There we go.
Hit the button.
18 points of damage to the
Total?
nearest weird
Nice.
rubble shit thing.
Total?
18.
Yep. Alrighty, 18. Very nice. This is, I'm going to say, the one nearest to the thing you came for. I feel like you're protecting that.
Yes.
Would that be fair? Alrighty. Next is Arfa. You are pretty near to that as well. You are carrying 500 gold pieces worth of loot in 3 bags on your back. And a large shambling construct is shambling largely towards you.
Surely he can have inspiration if he uses the bags of gold as improvised weapons.
I'm not gonna confirm or deny that.
Arthur is not letting go of all of this money. This is seed money for an even bigger ship.
And much
Therefore, he's
so.
going to rage,
Very well.
and he's going to wreck back in a spinny maneuver with large sacks of money.
All right, Arthur. I am going to call this things that I am like to imagine that Arthur would be proficient with hammocks full of money. Arthur, this is an improvised weapon that does 1d8 bludgeoning damage. You are proficient with its use, yeah, you can make 2 attacks with this weapon.
Also, if you spin with it, sounds like an AoE attack.
It
Just
does
saying.
sound a little bit like one, but only one enemy is within the range of your AoE. A 16 beats the AC.
And the second attack,
A 25 definitely beats the AC.
Wow.
What was the damage again, sorry?
1d8 plus your strength. Are you raging?
I am raging, yeah.
No, of course.
Angry goose on deck, everybody.
Mess
That
with
will
the
be
honk, you
plus
get the
6.
bonk.
Get the bonk.
12 on the first one,
On
and
the first.
that will be a 14 on the second one. So 26 points of damage, and the large construct has disadvantage on attacks against anyone but me.
Other than you. Yes, it does that, as you say. Finian.
Wait, are you also Ancestral Guardian?
Yes.
Oh, nice. We
Yeah.
just played that last week. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Daria was an ancestral guardian barb last week.
They're very good.
A servant.
Best barbarian.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I thought she was a pastel goth.
Also that.
Both.
You can be both. ¿Por qué no
Look at
dos?
us.
Yeah. Finian, what do you do?
Cool. So they're attacking which one of the particular creatures?
If there is one coming from the north, one coming from the south, one east and west, they are attacking the north one.
Cool. Finian puts down the thing and turns south to attack the southern offender.
Very well. The southern one is a little bit further away, but it's only like 20 feet away. It's not very far.
Yep. One of the great things about being monk is you can walk quite quickly.
You can.
So
No
Finian's
shit.
going to charge right up and go for 2 attacks initially.
Yes. A 25 is just enough to hit, yes. And a 16 is also enough to hit.
Cool. So I'm just going to roll the damage for those two. 5 and 9, so we've got 14 damage, but I'm going to use a key point to do my flurry of blows.
Sure.
Do an additional 2 unarmed attacks. He's still a little bit upset about being called a bad first mate. Not letting that go just yet.
At all, ever. Yeah.
So upset that he gets a 9.
He misses on the first,
Oof.
Not
13.
doing much to fix his reputation,
and
is
the
he?
13 also does
Oh
not
my
hit, I'm
God.
afraid.
Cool.
Pollyanna is
14
merciless.
is what you needed. He smacks it real good. I would say that you actually knock off a couple of the bits that it's assembled from. Finian, you can also make me an Arcana check.
I will do so.
As you are tapping into your key, you
Yep.
tap into the magic of life itself, and you can see that that is what is animating this thing. You can see this sort of glowing red mist floating around this assemblage. This is the one that looks like a shark. Yeah, you smack it a bit, you knock off several teeth-shaped bits of wood out of its mouth, but then it sort of swims away from your offhand blows. And it is now the shambling assemblage's turn. They are all going to sort of close in around you. The one that's fighting Finian is going to go first. It is going to... these have a kind of fun attack. Finian, does a 14 hit you?
He does not.
This thing's mouth sort of comes down and tries to grab you, but you dodge nimbly to the side, probably because there's a gap in its teeth now from your blows before. Arfa, you're up in the grill of the humanoid-shaped one. It is going to make an attack with advantage against you. A 23 probably beats your AC. This arm swings up, and the fingers of the hand sort of seem to extend like long tendrils. It swings down and just wraps around you. The tendons of the hand appear to actually be ship's rope, and there are bits of planks and woods just holding you tightly. You are grappled.
Huh. Okay.
Pollyanna, you turn to find the dog-shaped one dashing towards you, and it's going to attack you as well. Ooh. A 22 to hit, Pollyanna, I'm pretty sure it does.
Oh, yep, that slams
You are
right through
now
my armor.
Also grappled. This thing grabs you in its, again, constructed mouth. It looks a little bit like the way you would imagine sort of a Viking longship's headpiece. What do we call them?
Figurehead.
Sort of thrown together from a collaboration of bits of wood. The last one, Julio, the chicken one, swoops towards you from out of the rigging, but I'm pretty confident you dodge neatly aside because it only got a 12. Like your fancy new armor. Have you donned your +1 armor?
Well, I would if I knew how to add it, because I
Don't worry.
can't find it.
You are wearing it. You can add +2 to your AC right now.
Right now my AC is 17.
Nice. Very good. Yeah, I rolled a 7, so yeah, this one does not hit you. However, it is now Julio's turn. This chicken is up in your grill, up in your George Foreman.
Ooh, this chicken. Look at all those chickens. I'm not gonna fight him. Actually, I'm gonna shank him with a dagger, and then I'm gonna go help my captain because that's what a good first mate does.
Swashbucklers can. Yes, very nice. So is this a bonus action offhand dagger attack?
Mm-hmm. Like,
Nice.
yeah. Let's go. Stab.
Shank, shank, shank.
Oh my god.
You missed.
My god. It's another one.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
What the
Good
hell?
job, second mate.
But you can now
I hate
disengage for
this so
free
much.
and move
Yes.
towards Arfa.
Yes. No one saw that. It was.
I
It was
think Finian
nothing.
saw it.
No, actually, it was my little brother playing. Just now, I put down my dice and he threw them out. Now I'm playing.
Wanker.
Okay. Please be better.
Come
Okay.
on. 22 does hit. Yes.
Nice. So that's gonna be a D8 plus 4 and a perhaps sneak attack. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So that's 8 plus sneak attack. Let's go.
3d6.
Nice.
13. Another 21. All right. Julio, how do you do this?
Ooh, since it's grappling Arfa, does it
Finian
have like
hates
tendrils?
this.
Best skill, Finian, deal with it. But no, it's grappling Arfa, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I will come in and I will take my rapier and like shove it under the tentacle and like make it cut out so he like bursts out.
Ah.
And
very nice.
you know that I don't remember which film that is from, where like Arnold Schwarzenegger like has his hand with someone else and there's like bulging muscle for both of them. Yeah, and I'm gonna do that. I have no muscle, but the thought is there.
That's
Oh, no, you're-
still
you're-
counts
mate.
one.
Your muscles are still bulging from carrying the chest.
I can see you've got a pump going. Good job, Julio.
Everything for you, Captain.
Arfa. It is. Sorry, Polyani. Polyani, you're grappled, are you not?
Yes.
Polyani, at the beginning of your turn, you take some bludgeoning damage from being squeezed by the mouth of this, the jaws of this creature. It's not that bad. 8 points of bludgeoning damage as it
Damn it.
squeezes you. And it's your turn. You are grappled. So to get yourself free of it, there is you have to use your action to wriggle out.
I shall try to wriggle free of.
I want to be
this-
clear, you can still attack, however, if you want to.
Oh, well then I'll stab it.
Yeah, okay.
Does the 21 hit?
Just.
Whoa, my character sheet just crashed.
Oh, great.
Awesome. Give me a sec.
Schmitty Jabberson. Jabberman.
Come on.
Jabberson. He rolls number 1. He does roll number 1 a lot.
Come on.
And
It
this
was
is.
actually the same last time. I think Julio is just a little cursed.
He's just
still
min-maxed. Just min-maxed. Sometimes he
Mm-hmm.
does amazingly, sometimes he does god-awful.
I might have to roll some manual dice over here, guys.
That's okay. Yeah, roll me some manual dice.
It's a D8 for a short sword, isn't it?
It is a d6.
D6.
Roll me 4d6, add your dex mod plus 1.
Right, let me grab my other dice.
Oh,
Need the big
I
box.
forgot. Oh, we are totally not listening to the right music. You're having a fight. Why are we listening to calming ocean noises? There we go.
Calming. Those weren't calming. Those were creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
You sound so happy about
Yeah, they were.
15 on the dice plus dex, which is
5. Plus
5.
1, 6. 21. Not bad for your first hit, Polyani. Bonus action for a second stab
Damn straight.
with your offhand weapon. Do it.
Okay, I need 9 on the dice.
No. What's your plus 4? Plus 5 would be actually 14, which is what you need.
Yay!
I apologize. Polyani is a straight 20 for Dex.
19 on the dice.
No, hold up. You only roll 1d6 on your second. You don't get sneak attack again.
That's a 4 then.
4 plus your Dex, so still 9. 30 from around. Not bad, Polyani.
Take
Not
it.
bad.
I'll take it.
You are being nommed by this creature. Speaking of being nommed by the creature, Arfa! The bits of the creature, the bits of the construct collapse around you. Yeah, you can maneuver out.
Okay. I shall run towards the creature grappling Polyani
Very well.
and continue flailing about. Reckless
Bags of money. Yep,
with my bags of money.
excellent.
That will be a nat 20 on the first hit.
Oh, shit!
Oh, damn! Apparently we just
And
need
then
to give
that 20 on the
Arthur
second
bags of money.
Oh my god. Listen, the yin and the yang, the captain and the first mate. I take the number ones, you take the 20.
Second mate.
Arthur, you
Yes,
can.
Connor.
Money.
Arthur, I'm going to
Going
allow
to
you
that.
to roll the God Hammer damage. For crits.
Oh my gosh.
17 and 20 and plus 2 on each, so 37, 39, 41 points of damage.
Casual 41. Jesus.
Arthur, how do you do this? Now, I want to be clear. You would not have killed it if it had been fresh, but Polyani stabbed it a whole bunch.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, how do you do this with your bags of money?
I mean, I'm imagining like it's like the Tasmanian. It's Taz. It's
Yeah,
Taz,
yeah, it is. It is.
Right? Just with bags of.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. He's just
Yep.
spinning around, whacking this thing.
Excellent.
I think you should also yell capitalism.
Greed is good.
Finian, it is your turn.
Well, Finian's going to keep wailing on the thing that he's fighting.
Yeah. Only guy to kill a thing solo. I don't know.
Well, we'll go for it.
Bring it.
He's going to go for his 2 attacks again. Oh, fuck.
No. Not on the
Second
7, but the
one.
15 does.
Cool. He's also going to use his key again to do the 2 unarmed.
And I mentioned to you only in passing that you can use your key to inflict more pain.
I do know this, so I'm going to use it for the second attack round, but I'm also intending to use it. I don't believe there's a limit of how much key you can use.
No, you can burn your entire lot in one round if you want.
Ooh,
Blow
yes.
your load all at once.
Well, I'm intending to blow my load. As a seaman, I wish to do this. So
I hate it here.
Okay, cool. So I've got 3 attacks that hit,
Nice.
I believe.
Nice. Yeah.
Alright, let's go for the damage. So we've got 5 plus 9.
9. Nice, Max. 14 plus another 9. Oof. 23.
And you know what? Because Finian is really pissed, he's going to use his hand to harm and roll for 1 more extra bit of damage using his key. So he does an extra
Another
6.
6.
So
Finian,
what's
Finian, how do you do this?
Yeah.
Oh my god, solo.
Finian's going to do a flurry of punches and then grab the creature and headbutt through it with a scream of rage.
You shouldn't have told him he was the second
Oh
mate.
my god. Yeah, you
yeah.
know what? You know how the hedgehogs can like put their forehead in front and like frowning and have a little spike up front? I
Yeah.
think that's what it does.
Yeah, that's it. And yeah, your spikes sort of penetrate the skull of this shark as you grab hold of it by its wooden fins. You just break your head through its head. Julio, I'm going to say you see this. I'm not going to tell you how you react to it, but I will tell you, you're like, oh damn.
Can I say how I react? I will roll a d10 and reduce the percentage I have on the boat out of sheer respect for this.
Aww.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I am not at 58. I'm at 54.
54.
Now. Yep.
Okay. All
A
right.
little bit of respect. But I just want to kind of be clear that I still haven't used my movement action. So once I've headbutted through the sky without missing a step, I'm going to arms up in the air, run towards the next one.
Very well. There is only one left. It is the chicken one that attacked Julio.
I'm going for it.
And so
I
you
also just want to kind of characterize it on the angle I'm running. I don't know if it's going to necessarily be clear to Julio if I'm running at the chicken or her.
It's very clear it's not Julio, because Julio is not near the chicken anymore. Julio is now near the drifting debris field that was the humanoid one that Arfa was attacked by. The chicken's turn, however, is now. It is going to advance on. It has identified probably correctly that Arfa is probably the biggest threat here. Like Finian is definitely a thing, but Arfa is definitely the biggest thing. And it is going to swoop towards Arfa, making a pair of attacks. Arfa, you are grappled once again. It grabs you in its talons and actually lifts you, it sort of drags you a little bit towards the aft castle of the ship. That is its turn, however. Finian, you would get an opportunity attack because you were in contact with it.
Nice. I wish to take that opportunity attack.
Now is the age of the foul.
18.
Ooh,
Okay.
very good.
He does 6 damage.
Yeah, you knock off one of the talons on its feet that it eventually go to grab Arfa with. Poliani, we go back to the top of the... Oh no, sorry, Julio. Arfa has once again been grappled by a construct.
Not my captain. Yes, I'm coming. Yeah. And I'm gonna stab. After I sufficiently stared at fellow first mate and his success. Heyo, where's my rapier? Yes, rapier. God, the pipes, the organ pipes,
It's
really
good, isn't
coming
it?
through. Yeah, it's good.
This is Blood Feast battle music.
Oh my God. Why is it rolling? Please roll. Yes. Okay.
22 hits for the stab.
Nice.
Stab.
Plus my sneak attack.
7 plus 3d6 for another 11, 18 all up.
Yes. And a dagger.
I'm using my speeding fine for note paper.
Yeah.
I want you to know.
Ooh.
At least it wasn't
Very-
on the long weekend.
Very poggies of you, but I don't think the second one hit.
The 9 does not, no. Yeah, you stab it up good. It is not dead, but you stab it up good. Arfa, you are grappled by this thing. Poliani.
I run towards it, and I also stab.
You stab.
I roll a 4 on the dice, so I feel like I miss.
Perhaps not.
Luckily, I've got an offhand attack.
You do.
I roll a 15 on the dice, so I
That
definitely hit, because I
Yeah.
can't remember my plus right now.
Nice.
And this will be with sneak attack.
Yes. So 1d4 plus 3d6 plus your dex mod.
Alright, 1d4 plus 3d6.
Offhand attacks don't actually get the plus from your ability mod, I don't think, actually.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on the dice.
11. Brings it to 35 damage it has taken. Pretty good. No proficiency for you. Only if the weapon is light. Oh, well, it is a short sword. But I thought it was that you could only use the weapon if it was light, but you don't get the proficiency bonus unless you have... you don't get to use your ability score unless you are... you have dual wielding, like 2-weapon fighting as an ability.
That's right. Yeah,
my understanding of it.
Fighting.
Yeah. Cool. You do that, Polyani. Arfa. It is your turn. However, Arfa. Oh, it's proficiency if you have 2-weapon fighting. That's it. Okay. Arfa, you hear the words. In fact, can I have perception checks from everybody? Arfa, you have advantage.
Oh.
This is
As
shit,
you-
'cause I don't know what the bonus is.
As you take
6?
7 points of bludgeoning damage, halved to 3, Arfa.
19 for perception over here.
Nice.
Apparently my physical dice are doing a lot better than my digital randomizer check.
Who knows? Finian, a 20. Julio, a 22. Wow, you literally all hear this. Arthur only hears it because he's in the creature's mouth. But the rest of you all hear this. You hear a creaking noise that sounds just enough like a voice to understand. It says, "Need captain. Need crew."
Oh, I'm already taken, sorry!
What's the benefits?
Arthur,
Just swinging them.
yeah, there is that. Arthur, you see from the corner of your eye the very colourful Luma person who was in the aft castle shambles out. That body, the first body you found, walks out onto the deck.
See, the potion did work.
And she says, "Need captain."
Well, I mean, this boat?
Ship finished. Fix. Have crew. Just need captain.
I'd stay in the captain house, right?
Captain?
Do I get another eye patch?
Priorities.
This corpse does not have, like, really good ways of communicating, but you still get the vague impression of a shrug. Of the, like, and it goes, "Captain." Like, "Your call, buddy. You're the captain."
This is... First mate, come on.
He's still grappled, right?
He is still grappled. However, Arthur, if you attempt to move towards this being, you will be released.
I mean, okay. I'll walk towards the Luma and just sort of gesture for Julio to like come over.
I'll come over, but I'm not putting down my rapier or my dagger
Yeah,
yet.
yeah.
I don't trust this.
Hey, first mate,
Yeah.
is this a good ship? Is this better than Polly's ship?
Well, it's much bigger. That's for sure. And all the crew seem very funky. You can party with those real well.
Yeah, pretty. Do you reckon? I mean, you wouldn't want to join a undead crew with me, would you?
Well, it's pretty tempting, but honestly, I just said yes to Cash while she was leaving that I would stay with the group. it's kind of very awkward if I just say yes and then bounce. So I'm gonna go back for sure. Do you want to stay?
I mean, this is kind of a bucket list item. Would I be able to leave at some point? I don't turn into it like you do, I?
So, Polyani and Finian, because you haven't been involved in this conversation, you will be released as DM speak for you will die a horrible death. Polyani and Finian, you notice 2 or 3 dozen more of these constructs sort of floating in towards the ship from the gloom. They're all sort of within reach of the ship. And from the lower deck, the Corvum with the tiger stripes in white shambles up, holding a red gemstone. It is about the size of a human heart. And it is, Finian, I'm not even going to make you roll for it, giving off that magic you could sense. That's what it's giving off. And the voice, both crewmen speak with the same voice. Only one is needed. A ship must have a captain. Part of the ship.
That's what I've always said.
The ship and the captain should be one.
You get me? Okay. I've made my decision. Julio, you were the best first mate in the world. And I'll promote you to captain of the Breakbill now.
Thank you, ex-captain. Is there anything you would like to relay to Cash and others?
Just tell them that I'm gonna be a really cool pirate dreadlord now.
I will. Do you want to have a cool nickname now or whatever?
Let me workshop it, and then maybe if I can come to shore once every 15 years, I'll tell you.
I will wait for you, like Keira Knightley. I will be there.
Just like to say, Polyani's just standing there with a sword in each hand, trying desperately not to have a breakdown.
All right. Well, I hope I will turn to the Sluma and to the crow guy, and I will say, if any of you want to even think about being his first mate, you better be very good, okay? At least almost as good as I am, or at least as this guy over there.
The Corvum brings the gem over, and offers it to Arfa. Arfa, how would you take this? What? And I am leaving it completely up to you. In what manner do you take / wear / imbibe this gemstone?
Imbibe?
Make it a part of you in some manner. It could be wear, it could be eat, it could be insert into your face. Whatever you want to do, how would you do this? How would Arthur...
Which orifice?
Yeah, essentially.
My initial thought here, and I am winging it at this point, my initial thought here was, as it brings it to you, it raises it up, and a sort of really glitzy necklace, clock around your neck sort of thing, forms around it, and you can wear it like a giant clock, or you could, it shrinks down and fits into an eye socket, or,
If it could shrink down and fit, if it could shrink down and fit onto the eye patch that Julio got me, I would like that.
Very well.
Be a second eye patch.
It does that. Arfa, you feel the eye patch sort of meld to your face. You will never be able to take this off. However, the eye patch is now A, permanent, and B, you no longer have disadvantage on perception checks.
Damn it! I was really hoping you'd get permanent perception.
But you do also get permanent advantage on intimidation, because now you have a glowing gem as your eye. You have a -1 to perception permanently, but you're no longer disadvantaged. As you do this, the Corvum and the Luma sort of stagger and shake their heads, both of them looking very confused. But they begin to move significantly more naturally. And then the Luma looks at you, Julio, and says, in a voice that sounds like the voice of 3 different people, she says, "We will be the best mate."
Creepy but comforting.
And questionable.
Oh, Finian, so much.
Arfa, you know instinctively and intuitively that they are free to leave, and that you have complete dominion over the Madame de Buffon.
So cool. Rename it though.
I'm gonna rename it Break Bill 2.
That's so cool. The Electric Boogaloo, yeah.
The Break Bill 2 Electric Boogaloo is now the vessel. You can control it completely.
Can I?
It obeys your
will it
whim.
raise up?
You can do that.
Ooh.
So cool.
The ship raises above the water. It's also worthy to note that all of those constructs disappear. They just sort of collapse upon themselves. The debris falling again to the ocean floor as the Breakbill 2 Electric Boogaloo raises once again above the water level and bringing its new crew, its resurrected crew, and Polyani, Finian, and Julio up to the surface of the water again. You are within easy swimming distance of the spit of land, or you could just pull up next to the Herreshoff's Ramble and
That's a
offload
flex.
your super heavy case from one to another. It would, of course, mean leaving the brake bill back on the original. Yeah.
Polyani looks like she's about to have a heart attack. Or faint, or throw up. She's not sure which. She's just clutching her swords for dear life.
Arthur, more of the crew come out from the hammocks, start climbing the rigging the ship to sail. They all look vaguely confused, but also that they know what they're doing. Like, they're confused about how they're here, not why they're here.
Alright. Seems that everyone knows how to do the things around the place. I also know, I'm just choosing not to.
Arthur, you are now proficient with ship handling.
Hey!
You do know.
You do know. The gem knows, so you know. The ship knows. You are the ship. The ship is you.
Ow, Stan. Ah, these new words. I'll bring the gang around to Polly's ship with the brake bill in tow. And I will grab out my boomstick and present it to Julio.
Wow, the boomstick. I don't know how to use it.
Me neither. You
Neither,
just
he's
squeeze
never
that.
fired it.
You just squeeze that bit there, apparently. And if you ever need some spare change, there's about 5 gold pieces in the barrel.
Okay, I can probably see them. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to squint really hard. You got to angle it.
Don't look down the barrel.
Thank you. I will treasure it.
Amazing. Arfa, you bid Julio farewell. And you take the Breakbill 2 Electro Boogaloo off into the sunset. Julio, as you watch, Julio, Poliani, and Finian, as you watch the Breakbill 2 sail away, it disappears below the ocean, the surface, before it would crest the horizon, and you see a green flash as he sails off into the sunset. You navigate your way back out of the reef with your prize in tow. Did you bring any of the gold?
I have 5 gold in my boomstick.
You have a boomstick and 5 gold pieces. You also have a wand of portable ram, and you own a very shabby fishing boat.
Yes. Oh, by the way, another thing I want to kind of continue the gifting process. So I will turn to Finian and I'll say, "This is for you," and I give him one of the brooms that we stole from the village.
There were 6.
Yeah, well, I need them.
Thank you.
And I think we will leave it there.
Just to give you a final image of Poliani, she's just at the ship's wheel, kind of hanging on to it, as if she'd let go.
Real life.
Her entire clutch on reality and her sense of
This is the woman who held the orb of time. Is upset by a part of the ship, part of the crew moment. All right. You return.
It was lovely.
To Saltar's Point. With you collect your earnings from Madame Sylvestri. She's very happy with the box. Impressed. Not even doesn't even bat an eyelid that Arthur's not there anymore. She picks up on the whatever it is between Julio and Finian, and gives Finian Arthur's share. Because she notices that Julio has the boomstick now. And we'll leave it there. I'd like to thank everybody for playing. I had a ball. I had a blast. I, once again, did not have a blast of a boomstick. I put that thing in the story and no one has fired it yet. This is the not Chekhov's gun. So I need to thank Serum for his amazing work behind the scenes, getting the channel up and running in the first place. Serum did the overlay that you can see, and when I didn't know how, so I was right fucked with Adam, so thanks very much to Serum. I need to thank Karen for your love and support, because I love her and she's great, and the channel wouldn't have happened without her either. I think Daria for the art, because I paid her, but also it's amazing art, and I'm very appreciative. I need to thank Matt for joining us, a special guest this evening. Thank you so much for joining us, Matt. I hope you had fun. We certainly had fun having you. And I need to thank Nikolai for bringing us the amazing Arfa Breakbill. This is, as you may have gathered, the last ride of Arfa Breakbill for a while. Nikolai will be leaving us for a short time, hopefully a short time, possibly a long time, but one way or t'other, I think it was a pretty decent send-off for Arfa. Certainly ticked off a bucket list item. So thank you so much, mate. It's been a pleasure having you, and an absolute pleasure having the goose. If you don't mind, I would like to do favourite moments, because it's a good one, and it was a good session for favourite moments. I have a couple straight off the bat. Let's talk about Nikolai, because it's his last, so we should spoil him with praise. I'm going to tell you my first. So this is one of the two that I had, like, very early in the session. I had an Arfa one very early on when you started saying stuff about part of the boat, the boat and the captain have to be one, and I was just like, knowing where I was planning to take the story, it was so perfect. I was sitting there like, yes, he's processing and he doesn't even know he's doing it. Yeah, that was excellent. For me particularly, that was excellent. Smooth jazz
so
intensifies.
Also, just for me personally, like literally every word from Arfa is gold. It's like very, very funny, but very down to earth. I just love it. I think, and honestly, like I was like unsure what kind of dynamic would like Julio and Arfa have, right? Because we interacted a little bit, but it wasn't a whole lot. And I was so happy that we have like this captain and first mate. And it was lovely. I loved all of it. Thank you very much.
I had the kind of joy of meeting Arthur for the first time. You know, and one of the weird things about the character that just come through is that it's really philosophical. I mean, I'm so caught up in, you know, I am the boat is me, you know. I just thought it was a great way. And the conviction with which the character believes that.
Oh, man, like, him and Poliani just kind of establishing territory was just such a fun conversation that I could have had for the whole session. Establishing exactly on whose boat the boat is and the distinction between Arfa, the boat, and the boat that Arfa owns, but they are one and the same. And now he's on a totally different boat. And Poliani's
It's
just
called the same boat, but it's also even more appropriate because he is the boat. The boat is almost literally him. He can't leave it, by the way. I did write rules for it in case it ever came up. The rest of them, he could leave it and survive the experience, but the boat would die.
Aww.
No.
And
Listen,
all of its
Arfa is
crew
so
are
strong.
also dead.
Can't he just pick the boat up and just walk with it? He's so strong. He's so buff.
And he is the boat. Yeah. None of the... You can come into port, you can see your friends, but you cannot leave your ship. You are physically bound to it. In fact, you will find you cannot even fly anymore. You have to be in physical contact with the boat at all times. 1 foot on the deck constantly. Maybe you could fly in the rigging, I don't know. But yeah, it's you have to be within the magical aura, basically, of the ship.
Worth it to come full evolution to I am a boat.
Yeah. Yeah. Alrighty. We've flattered Nikolai. Nikolai, what was your favorite self moment?
I've forgotten. Fishing for jellyfish.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was gorgeous. I love that you nerfed your own fishing. You were like, I'm not even going to roll for it. I do really badly. I only catch jellyfish. Surprisingly difficult to catch jellyfish with a net. Dana, thank you so much for the raid. We are just doing our favorite moments. We are just talking about how we had a lovely time and how well we did. Favorite moments is something we borrowed from somebody you know very well, Ardana. The dreaded GM himself brought us this. We have borrowed it because it's a really lovely and affirming thing. Thamior, Tales of Pesh, Ardana, Terrace. Good to see you. Shadowfox 8. McBluff. Hey, McBluff. Dojin King. Good to see you, Dojin King. Long time no see. Thank you so much for joining us. Favorite raid emotes up in chat, everybody. We are doing our chat. We are chatting about our favorite moments of the session. It has been a really good one. It has been Arthur's final session of the campaign. We are back with more Humblewood. Shadowfox, thank you very much for the follow. Yes, please smash that follow in chat. I love it when that happens because it makes me feel good.
Yay, dopamine!
It affirms my... Yeah, it is dopamine for the win. But yeah, thank you so much for the raid, guys. Thanks for joining us. How was your stream? Looks like you were playing D&D as well. What were you doing? Tell me about it. We'd love to hear. We are doing favorite moments. We've just finished telling Nikolai how great and awesome he is. Let's talk about someone else. Let's talk about our special guest, Matt. I have a favorite Matt moment as well, and it was my other favorite early, very easy pick, that one. Matt, you did a fantastic job of establishing who the hell Finian was in a single sentence. Your very first sentence, and we were like, boom, nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. I was like, wow, I know so much about this character just from the way you, like, and the thing is, Matt is an actor, and I know this because I've worked with him for years as an actor, and you can see it in the way you physically acted the character as well. Even just being able to see your neck and head, we can still tell a lot about this person. And the mustache plays, man. Absolutely. I loved Finian, and as soon as you did it, I was like, wow, that's not where I thought he would be going with that. Because Finian is a boss in combat, but he plays this neat little, unassured, gorgeous. Loved it. Loved everything about it. Other people tell Matt how great he is.
I
Oh,
love
A one shot in Shan. This was amazing. I love Eberron. Eberron is an amazing setting, and I love Shan. Shan's a great place. Fantastic. Great to hear, Adana. I wasn't available, I'm afraid. I was doing this. What do we think about Matt?
I realized that me and Matt probably should have touched base because we hadn't conferred about our characters at all.
I
before
only
we did
asked
this.
Matt yesterday. This was all sort of, Matt was really cool and came on very last minute, and I'm very appreciative.
And and then immediately he kind of leapt into character. And I was like, oh my god, I love it so much. And I could just imagine the pair of them and just getting annoyed at each other, but needing each other to balance out the chaos on the ship. And the milk, I don't know why, I just loved the milk. I need another glass of milk.
It was so good. I loved it. I was just like, of course she'd have milk. She's a cat person. Well played. Yeah.
It was so lovely. He's a delight. And headbutting the guy at the end. He's like, I will be the best first mate.
I was loving shipping ships. Yes, chat, if you have favorite moments, please throw them up. I agree, Serum, completely. Daria, what do you reckon? Favorite Matt moment?
I think Nikolai wanted to say something before me, so
carry on.
go ahead.
Yeah, it's just such a well portrayed character. It's just like this highly strung, prickly man, right? And completely letting it loose in combat, and just like the scream when you were like, I'm gonna charge with the next person, but specifying that it's like you're not sure if it's the next enemy or it was Julio. It was so good. The rivalry between the two best mates.
Oh, so cute. Daria?
Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh, I mean, I love Finian. I can't get enough of him. He's so cute. And to what Josh said, with one phrase you can know everything about him. With one look, you can I am bullshit nobody. This is an actor. This person knows how to do this stuff. And when he's in rage looking at you, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's understandable. It was so good. I loved Finian.
It was I was like, wow, you are prepared to hold this entire story to ransom because you want an apology. I was just like, excellent. Exceptional. Matt, favorite self moment?
Look, I mean, I'll be honest, as you say, I kind of was inventing Finian on the fly a little bit because we sorted this out yesterday. I enjoyed playing him. I didn't realise he was going to get so angry. I kind of set some principles for my characters, and that's the way it carries through. And one of the things with Finian was how anxious he was to be respected as a hedge in leadership position. So the fact that was getting challenged straight away really allowed that to come through. I think my favourite moment for him was really just seeing the brooms disappear. And realising in that moment that he was losing control. This almost symbolic moment of my ship is being broomed by brooms.
They've carved their names onto every single one of them.
She's letting it happen. Why isn't she doing anything?
I can imagine him after they leave, sitting there, sanding the scratches off the brooms, removing all trace of these fuckers, buying new brooms if necessary.
Well, look, I mean, I've got Arthur's share of the gold. I'm buying a lot of brooms.
Yeah.
But look, I've loved playing the characters. So should I ever get an opportunity to bring Finian back, I'll be very keen.
Noted. I adore Polyani and Finian, and I have so far a heist crew and now a pirate crew for this world that don't get a lot of outings but are useful people to have around for one-shots and the like. It's beautiful when the actor doesn't even know the characters every facet, and there's something that new flowers with and blooms that's awesome. Yeah. Absolutely. And it's really, really cool to watch a skilled improviser just roll with it. It's really fun. Alrighty. That's Matt. Let's talk about Julio.
Julio's such a precious cupcake.
I'm not going to go first this time. Somebody else can talk about Julio.
Bestest first mate. The cooking for the crew and just slowly gaining approval.
Yeah.
Is
I will go off that one though. The preparedness to like, oh, you know what, Finian, that was so dope. Here, have a D10 of approval back. Like it's a commodity that you can trade.
Just so cute.
It was gorgeous. D&D direct in 15 minutes. Yeah, absolutely.
The thing I enjoyed most about Julio was how genuinely kind the character was, like genuinely really nice. But again, you know, kind of the interactions with my character, sometimes so nasty in that kindness. It's like this almost
just
almost,
be better.
Just be better. Just do better. And you know, it was so genuine, and that was really nice to see in the interactions. The fact that this character was inviting conflict without actually instigating any conflict kind of came through, and even with the interactions with Arthur at the very end, it's kind of without being a force, she was so influential in how things went. So the subtlety of the character is probably the way to say it. I really enjoyed.
Yeah, I'd pay that, absolutely.
Julio's willingness to go along with Arthur's crazy shit just gives me so much joy. I just love it.
It's why I'm sad. It's why I'm sad to lose Arthur.
I'm so sad to lose Arthur. I'm gonna miss Arthur so much.
So sad. But I think Cash and Eric just left probably thinking that Julio will be like babysitting Arthur for a while.
It comes back, he's
surprised.
It's like, he did what?
I
so
said
he's a ghost ship captain now.
Yeah. I said to Karen, I think I said when we asked Daria to join the campaign, Cash will probably be really grateful because it seems that now there's a third person in the party with two brain cells to rub together. She doesn't have to constantly leave Eric managing either Javier or Arthur because she has to stay with the other one when you split up. She may regret her decision. Yeah, absolutely. Alrighty. Daria, favorite self moment?
Just the sheer amount of 20s and 1s I rolled.
Yeah.
Specifically
Oh my God.
I don't know what's going on, but I kind of love that. I kind of love when the rolls are dramatic and they like push you to act in a specific way. I enjoy that because that's like unique to role-playing games, right? You can say whatever you want, but you have to like take in the input of the chance that comes with it. And yeah, I just loved how like we mirrored each other, like captain and first mate, both parties, both thinking they're the best. I just love the whole dynamic.
It was great. Serum, to answer the question very quickly, F1 of There Be Dragons was both Karen and my first D&D experience. So if you want to hear the first time I ever played D&D, it is online. You can hear that. And it was chaotic as fuck.
Oh my God.
All
No
right.
idea what I was fucking doing.
Nope, none at all. Favorite Polyarny moments?
I quite liked making all the crew sing about my glorious
Yes.
orb of time.
Yes.
That I will never
God,
reveal how I lost because I like to think it was really embarrassing.
Oh, so
my
good.
God.
That was excellent, yes.
Also, just I liked her reaction to what's going on. She's like, I'm just holding the steering wheel, and that's it. She's
I've
just,
held the fucking orb of time and this shit's messed up.
she's surprisingly a voice of reason. Suddenly, I did not think that would be.
I find Karen often plays what is necessary in the situation, and with Arthur, Julio, and Finian to a degree, she pretty much had to be the only adult in the room. Like, no, it's okay. I really enjoyed her talking Finian down. I really enjoyed that because I knew it was done on the fly. because it didn't feel like it was done on the fly. It actually felt like, and it helps, I suppose, that Karen and Matt have worked together a lot. They know each other quite well. They have been Romeo and Juliet together.
That's bringing back memories.
It was a while ago, yeah. Matt not photobombed, but stormed the stage at our wedding.
Yes.
as King Richard. Matt has performed with us a lot, and
I just want to be clear for the people that were
At
watching.
request.
This was organised. Like I didn't just.
Yeah.
We told him to do it.
Omi's favourite moment was her aneurysm at the end. I think the relationship between Finian and Polyani was my favourite Polyani moment. That instant establishing of, no, I can roll with this and make it work with what I know of my sort of semi-established character. I've played one time for 3 hours once, 6 months ago. That was my favourite.
Just remember, she got the orb of time.
Yeah.
I love that she's like a character that's held the orb of time and all this kind of stuff, and then she has to deal with someone like Arfa, and she's just being reasonable, and she's just like, you wanna take your boat on my boat, fine, but I'm the captain. Like, let's set some ground rules.
Even if we're on your boat, if it's on my boat, I'm still the captain.
I quite enjoyed the, all right, yes, but I'm the captain if I'm on my boat. And she's like, I see where you're going with that, and no, you are the captain of your boat. However, you're not the captain of my boat if you're on your boat.
Your boat is on my boat. And even though you're a boat, it's my boat.
I really enjoyed also that Karen and I actively considered calling the boat Boaty McBoatface.
Good name.
We're sitting there this afternoon just spitballing boat names.
2 hours of the captain and the captain.
No, you got it.
Oh, no. I'm just saying, if we're done, we have to also catch Josh, because
Don't worry.
Wily.
I never get away. Have we finished complimenting Karen? Karen hasn't got a self moment.
I was just going to compliment Karen. I haven't complimented Karen yet, so I
Very
have to take my opportunity.
Please do.
One of the things I love in any story is a reluctant character, and Karen's character in this particular episode had to become this, as you say, this reluctant adult. Look, as I mentioned at the start, I'm a high school teacher, and so, you know, the moment Karen comes up like your role, I was like, she's that student in the group assignment.
Yeah.
Like, she's the only one that's going to guarantee that this thing actually gets handed in, and she's going to get none of the fucking credit.
I just had a fucking flashback to primary school, my friend.
But the kind of, the dynamics that Karen found with each one of the roles within the ship is really awesome. And this, I think, is a testament to Karen's ability to modify the character. She has a unique relationship with each person within the scene. Each one was as fleshed out in the sections. I thought that was awesome.
All right. Well, we've been streaming for a very long time. We should go away.
Come back.
Okay, you try every time.
I do try. I didn't try very hard because you'd already headed me off. All right.
Compliments for Josh. What
I mean, I have.
stuff.
Go on, then.
There's absolutely nothing, of course. No, it's too much to choose. Honestly, I just love that the idea of the meme of Arfa being a boat came like full circle into his ultimate destiny, and Arfa is the creepiest, most powerful boat forever, and somehow it's from like a haha funny joke became like an actual kind of like heartwarming and a little sad story. I think it's very nice.
It's a fitting end to the character.
Yeah.
And like the super creepy moment where like the fucking multicolored corpses are coming up. It's like, the ship must have a captain.
Yeah.
For
I
clarity,
have a love-hate relationship with that sort of shit.
so the boat reassembled itself, or the magic of it reassembled the boat out of all the other boats nearby. And the crew were also
that's why they are-
reassembled from all the
my
dead
God.
bodies of the other crew. So they're all sort of hodgepodge mishmash, which is why they're all a bit confused. And the one that you heard speak was speaking with 3 different voices.
That's kind of upsetting.
Dude, I was like, all this time, I was like, are we too dumb? Like, Josh is like laying this information on, like, what's going on? I cannot piece it together. Oh my God, that's very
Literally
smart.
piece it together, yeah.
I'm way too dumb to get it.
That's some fucking creepy shit, man.
I love that in the session. Josh was feeding us all this information. We're all like, let's get the fuck off this stuff.
This place is creepy. Some
Creepy
weird
as.
shit's going down.
Yeah, I definitely got the creepy across. I thought, yeah, my favorite. I have a couple of favorite moments. I have a favorite thing and a favorite moment. My favorite moment was actually it was making up the first curveball. I love a curveball. I love being asked to come up with something completely off the top of my head, and that whole thing about Delilah Somerville. So yeah, Delilah Somerville was lost at sea. Summer with, sorry, was lost at sea. She is part of that Gallus person. She's like about a third of him, and mostly the coat. And yeah, that's why you recognize the coat. You're like, that's an old lady's coat, because that belonged to Delilah. Yeah, and having to figure that out on the fly was fun for me. Which is why I actually had to correct it. I was like, wait, no, I need to be very clear here because I'm not being. Yeah, the first mate was also made up on the fly. I'm taking some lessons from. So Dreaded GM lent me a book called The Return of the Lazy Dungeon Master. And it's very good, and I've learned a lot from it already. And he said, yeah, take this, spread the gospel. It's basically how to prep sessions quicker. And I utilized some of those lessons today, and only made notes about stuff that was super important, which was cool because it made me forced to make up more stuff on the fly, and I really love making up cool in-world stuff on the fly. But my favorite bit was the name of the ship. Madame de Buffon is a reference to the lady who was the French nobility, Madame de, begins with P, Pompadour. Madame de Pompadour. Pompadour is a style of hair, as is Buffon. All of you were obviously getting Jack Sparrow reference. Where it wasn't actually what I was going for. There is a Doctor Who episode where the girl in the fireplace was Madame de Pompadour. The ship was trying to rebuild itself using bits from the past. And the ship was called the Madame de Pompadour. But Doctor Who never found out the name of the ship. He could never figure out why the people there were going into the past to get stuff. That was the reference. So a slightly more highbrow reference. Not a lot, but slightly. But yeah, I sort of melded the two ideas together and then put my own flair on it. And that's, I think, generally my favourite moment of it was I was like, this is a neat idea. I borrowed bits of it from other places, but I improved upon it.
Your idea is like this ship. You borrow the pieces, put them together.
I made them weirder and creepier. Alrighty. Does anybody else have any nice things to say about me, or shall we go away from here?
The enemies that we fought were fucking cool as well. Like, all those bits of debris, and I like how it kind of changed their attacks as well to grapple us and that kind of thing. But I really liked the send off for Arfa. That was cool.
Tried to give him a good one.
We're gonna
All right.
love them so much.
And look,
Yeah.
your storytelling, Josh, is always really good. I mean, this is the second time I've done a one-shot with you, and what's really good is, both times I've kind of gone in not really knowing what to do, but the way the story's being told allows me to kind of carry on the character reasonably well. I'm getting loads of information to work with, which is nice. So, I'm coming in not knowing much, but feeling very comfortable that I'll figure it out as I go. Fun with it. Thank you.
Cool. No worries. I feel like I might even reuse that as a one-shot because it was just fun. It's a nice little self-contained story. Cool. Alrighty. Well, we will go away from here now because we've been streaming for a good long while and I've kept everybody at least an hour longer than I intended to. Can you get down, please? I have a dog standing on my lap. Hi. I need my hands, though. Alright, well, let's talk about the wonderful people who have come and played with me this evening. Let's go in reverse order. Matt, who the heck are you?
Me, Matt, actor, teacher, hobby enthusiast, guest tonight. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure. Karen.
Hi, Karen, writer, performer, D&D enthusiast, rabbit enthusiast. You can follow me on Twitter. You can follow me on Instagram. You can listen to me in the There Be Dragons podcast, new upcoming soon, where I do a really shitty Spanish accent. It's gonna be great. I'm also performing as Lola Moore this Sunday night at the Theatre Royale at 7 p.m. for Spectacle de Vaudeville. So if you are Perth-based and you like cabaret burlesque shows, this Sunday night at the Theatre Royale.
I'll be there too.
It's a really sick venue, so you should come.
Cool. Wear masks. Julio, Daria.
Oh, yes, that's me. I am an artist. I am a D&D player. I am enthusiast. So I hang out here, and on Mondays I hang out on the Eldritch Scribe channel. We also play D&D there. So yeah, say hi.
Very well. And Nikolai.
Hi, I'm Nikolai. I just hang out online and play D&D games. That's about it, really.
Okay. Excellent. And I be Josh the Pirate, Madame and Monsieur, Damen and Heron and beings of indeterminate gender or persuasion. I'm Josh the Pirate, your humble DM and storyteller for this evening. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves here. I certainly have. Thank you so much to our raiders, to Ardana and to Nerds of the West. Awesome to have you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, I have a couple of things to mention. First of all, I have a dog, so I can't see my keyboard.
What are you doing? I'll type.
Ukraine. I've done it. It's good. We need to talk about Ukraine because, well, no one likes talking about Ukraine, but it's a problem right now, and we should. There's stuff's going wrong there. 8 million Ukrainians are without homes, and Karen and I know what that's even like to just think about, and let alone actually try. So we want to help as much as we can. Right there is a link to the emergency action appeal. If you have any spare pennies, we would love it to go there to help those Ukrainians fleeing violence. Also, on a different but still charity-related note, I will be DMing for Jasper's Game Week, the Australian edition of Jasper's Game Week, next month. I will be there running a game on the Wednesday morning. I will also be playing in a different game with Robert Hartley the following day. You can buy tickets for both of those games. The tickets are being auctioned off. So currently $25 gets you a seat at my table to play a live game with me on Jasper's Game Week, which is pretty fucking fun. Other DMs for the week include the Dead Aussie Gamer, Robert Hartley, the dreaded GM Matt from Split the Party, and AJ Winters, our very own Jude Littlefoot, will be DMing a session as well. How exciting is all that? So you can head over to the links up there. The bottom one is actually just straight to the auction, but if you want any other information or you want to donate, the other links will get you there as well. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. We need to find someone to raid. Any suggestions? Because the only person I've got Vicky's streaming, as is who's that?
Yes,
Miss Magitech. Or let's raid Vicky because Miss Magitech has got loads of people watching her. So we will drop a raid on Vicky. Vicky used to work for Sirenscape, doesn't anymore, but used to, and is also just a really cool person. We like them a lot. So go there, tell them where you came from, show them the love, throw up your favorite raid emotes, and tell them where you came from and spread the love. GTG. Vicky. She's playing Tales of the Neon Sea, which is a sort of detective noir style thing. Very cool. Say hi to Vicky, and we will see you back here on Monday night for more Mano a Mano with Karen and I, and then back on Thursday night for more Humblewood with Daria. I'll also be playing Total Warhammer on Tuesday. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.